Hey guys, what's up? And welcome to the rematch. We have a rematch of the 2022 Australian Open semifinal. We've got the second round of the 2024 Australian Open between Danielle Collins and Iga Swiatek. I'm really excited for this one. We've got the big power of Danielle Collins. Never really know what to expect. And then you got the ever solid, consistent Iga Swiatek. Like I said, they played at the semifinals here 2 years ago. Collins beat Swiatek in dominant fashion, 6-4, 6-1. Swiatek is looking for revenge. Swiatek has beaten Collins a few times since then, so we'll see if she can keep that going. Hey, what's up, PRL? Good to have you in here. Hey, what's up, Matt? I heard that Iga possibly requested a day match. Hard to believe this is a day match first on. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because this is it's definitely a popcorn match. It's a very interesting match. I mean, Iga being the first one on is interesting anyway, but Carlos is also going to be a day match. He's on right after this. I don't think he's going to have an easy opponent at all either. I'll be commentating the Carlos match as well, by the way. We've got 5 streams. QualityShot Tennis has 5 streams. We have 5 streams going on today. I'm going to be doing this one, and then I'm going to be doing Carlos. And then I'm also going to be doing the Runa versus Kazal match, which is going to be happening at about 3 a.m. my time. I'm going to try to get a nap in by then, but I'm going to do that one. Late night match. Should be fun. What's up, Robbie? Good to have you in here. What's up? Good to have you like always. Players warming up their serves. We're going to get started here soon. It's 4-1 for Swiatek, but the one that she lost is a very important one. And yeah, it's that 6-4, 6-1 match. In that match, Collins was just unbelievable. I mean, Swiatek won 14% of her second serve points. Collins literally didn't miss a second serve return in the entire match, and she was playing so aggressive. Collins won 78% of first serve points. She hit 64% of them in, and she was just all-out aggression. Somehow everything was going in. That was soon before Swiatek would go on her crazy win streak. Neither player at that tournament was supposed to make it to the semis. Swiatek was the 7th seed at that time, even though she had won the French Open a couple years back before. And Collins was the 27th seed. So there was a very different moment for both players. Now Collins is 62 in the world. Iga is number 1 in the world. Very different, but also a rematch all the same. So I'm glad it is a day match. Yeah, for sure, Matt. Easier for us, I guess. 6-7 degrees and windy in Melbourne, high of only 72. Perfect. Absolute perfection. That's not as bad as almost any day you'll find in Australia. Definitely not that warm. Yo, Colin's going to win in 3. I'm ready. Okay. Let's see what she's got. I'm going to say Iga in 2 sets. But let's see what Danielle Collins has for her. Collins to serve first. Let's see what Collins has. It is 1-0 in Australia for Collins. It will be a different result, different head-to-head there in about 2 hours, one way or another. Serve from Collins, the backhand of Swiatek. That's a winner return of serve. That's what Swiatek was doing. That's what Collins was doing to Swiatek 2 years ago. Winner return serve off the backhand, 15. See what Collins has. They have weird weather in Melbourne. Meanwhile, they're calling for ice tomorrow right here. That's crazy, Matt. Iga in straights. Yeah, that's what I think too. That's what I think too. I mean, listen, Iga, I'll talk to you about Iga. Forehand return way up high. Collins forehand. Collins forehand. Iga trying to get into Collins' service game here. 15 all. Serve Collins. The forehand of Swiatek. Backhand Collins. That's a good backhand from Collins. 30-15. Danielle Collins, before I want to talk about Iga, Danielle Collins performs way better at this tournament than she does at all the other majors. So that's kind of a big thing. Popyrin gonna give Djokovic a tough one, though, was struggling again. Oh, Popyrin gave Djokovic. Yeah, Popyrin did. Yeah. Popyrin had points to go up 2-1 on Djokovic as well. I think Etcheverry is going to be mighty tough for Djokovic if Djokovic doesn't find some better form. His forehand is looking really weird. It was kind of similar at Roland Garros, though, last year, for anybody who watched the early round Djokovic matches there, but he's going to have to pick up his level. $30 all here at Collins. Serve here, Collins. The forehand to Swiatek. Back, and Collins, that's in the net. 30-40, an early break point here for Iga. Early break point here for Iga. But Danielle Collins, okay, so here's the thing. Here's the funny thing. She has won 75% of her matches at the Australian Open. She made the semifinals here also in 2019. She doesn't have more than 57% win rate at any other major. By the way, good serve down the tee, and that's a return long from Swiatek Deuce. These two couldn't have any more opposite personalities as well, by the way. Collins will just tell you what's on her mind, and she is just can't think of the right word to come to mind, but she is quite the personality. Swiatek is just always dialed in. But Collins doesn't have more than 57% win rate at any other major. And she's below 50 at two of the majors. At Wimbledon and US Open, she's below 50%. At Australian Open, she's won over 75% of her matches with the semifinal and final performance. So it seems like she really picks it up here. Last year, defending the final, she lost to Rybakina in 3 sets. That was the match right before Rybakina would beat Swiatek in straight sets. Rybakina beat her in the 3rd round, Collins, and then she beat Swiatek in the 4th round. So that's what kind of happened for Collins. But all her matches last year, 3 sets. Collins always seems like she's very tough to beat in Australia. Advantage here for Collins. Get the early hold. Serve down the tee. That goes wide. Second serve. Serve out wide, backhand, Swiatek, the backhand of Collins. Backhand, Swiatek. That's in the net. 1-0 for Danielle. 1-0 for Collins for the American. Following Rude Purcell as well tonight. Oh, nice. I want to call that Rude Purcell match. I think that could be tough. Let me get the scoreboard down. All right, cool. 1-0. I want to call that Rude match as well for sure. Because I think that could be tough with the kind of aggressive serve and volley kind of game that Purcell brings, especially in front of the home crowd. But I like Rude a lot right now. I really think Casper is playing amazing. He's hitting that backhand super well as well. He's playing smart. Casper has one of the highest tennis IQs in the game, which is highly underrated. I mean, if you're smart, that's going to help a lot in tennis. It's going to help a lot in a lot of things, but it's going to help in tennis. Tennis is a mind game. It's a thinking game as well. Yeah, good one, Matt. Purcell will cook something up. All right. I've got Casper getting through that in 4 sets, but I think it's going to be close. I think Purcell's will have something for Casper. I think it'll be an early test for Casper. But I think Casper's going to have a little bit of a run here, to be honest. I've been higher on Rude than a lot of people for a while. Forehand Swiatek, the forehand of Collins, forehand of Swiatek. That goes out. The first time I ever really caught a glimpse of Casper Ruud, first time I caught him, I knew his name. I knew he was this clay 250 guy. I didn't really know what he was about. I saw his weird forehand. I was like, okay. But I like Dimitrov. Dimitrov's one of my favorite players on tour. He's just awesome for tennis, and he's a great shot maker, whatever. Well, I'll tell you my root story in a moment. Kind of an important moment here. Love 15 for Collins. Possibly a chance to do something early. Half a chance. First serve's out from Iga. It's not going to help. We'll see if Collins can attack the second serve like she did in that semifinal. That was really a big part of what made that so dominant was the second serve return. She's going to want to step in here. Kick serve. Back in Collins. That's well wide. That was wild. I'm glad she went after it, but she almost hit into court 3. But she almost hit that into John said that in completely different court altogether. But first time I watched Casper Ruud was San Diego semifinal, Ruud versus Dimitrov. One of the best and most underrated matches of the last 3 years, in my opinion, 3-4 years. It was absolutely phenomenal. And one of the best matches I've ever seen at a 250 tournament. The shot making and level from both guys, this was on hard courts, by the way, was unbelievable. Like Ruud's level, he won that match against Dimitrov. Ruud's level in that match was like so high, and it was on hard courts. So I was like, okay, this guy can play. And since that match, I've been like a fan of Ruud, and I've also been like, yeah, this guy is going to win stuff because he can play amazing. That's an underrated match. I like underrated matches like that. Just like matches that you like watching. Like, yeah, not everybody talks about them, but like if you like saw Medvedev take on Auger Aliassime here 2 years ago, then you're probably like, wow, that was an amazing match. So, or like Kerber Tomljanovic at United Cup. Like these matches that, yeah, maybe not everybody will talk about them like some other matches, but they were quite amazing and fun to watch. That was one of them. That was a great forehand from Collins. She's got 2 break points early. Collins here out 15-40. She's trying to break this open. She's trying to break this open. This Aussie crowd really got put behind by Pyron. Yeah, of course, Poprin. I think Purcell too. They'll be respectful to Ruud. He's a good dude. Yeah, Ruud is just a genuine guy. Ruud is like a guy you could just pull off a street. That's just what literally Casper is. He's just like a random guy who happens to have been world number 1 in the live rankings like a year ago. Backhand Collins. She's trying to break here. Lob whip high. Forehand. Swiatek just crossed the net. Ooh, backhand just into the net from Collins. Kind of an awkward rally there, but Swiatek gets out of it. 30-40. By the way, guys, appreciate everybody joining in so far. I'll be here from first point to last. Anthony Hirsch here with the call for Quality Shot Tennis. I'll be here for the Alcaraz stream as well. Take on Sonego. Don't forget to subscribe. Quality Shot Tennis if you're new. There will be a lot of streams going on today and kind of for the rest of the day. Second break point. This could be a big moment, to be honest. You never know. This could be a chance for Collins. Forehand. Way up high. Collins a chance. Oh, it's in the net, though. It was sitting for her. Listen, Iga hasn't always started out every match hot. She's on like a 16 or 17 match win streak. Is Swiatek, but she hasn't started out every match hot. Like against Garcia at United Cup, Garcia took a set because Iga was really not making a lot of returns in and was completely off her game. So Collins needs to take advantage, at least take the first set. King couldn't do that. Back in Collins, that's out. This point draw. Now she's playing Swiatek, another Slam champion. Swiatek in her last match played against Sophia Kenin, who won the Australian Open. Now she's playing Collins, who got to the final of the Australian Open. Like, this part of the draw is, like, ridiculous. Backhand just crossed the net. Backhand slice. It's not a great shot from Iga. That goes out. Collins needs to strike here, I think. I know we're early, but Collins needs to take any chance that she has, to be honest. Hey, what's up, Max? Good to have you in here. Who we got in here? Matt, Frank, Robbie. What's up, Robbie? PRL as well. What's up, PRL? I hope Danielle can be a challenging opponent to Iga. I hope so, too. I'm rooting for it. Oh, forehand cross-court is nearly an unbelievable angle, but it goes just wide. Hey, what's up, Twitch? Not sure what you're referring to, Twitch, to be honest, but yo, Max. Good to have everyone in here. Good to have everybody in here. Just wide from that return. By the way, it's not that hot, but it seems like it's very sunny, at least from the brightness on the camera. It just looks insane at the moment. Forehand, Swiatek. The backhand of Collins. Backhand volley, Swiatek. Forehand of Collins, lob. That's going to go in. That does go in. Swiatek backs up. Backhand cross court. Backhand of Collins, cross court. That goes wide, though. Collins with some good shots, but a few shots just missing the mark a little bit, especially off the backhand side, just a little bit off. But we're at 1-1, early stages. Nagal, Alcaraz, third round is all we need. Yeah, and how funny is it is if he just like, if Nagal literally just starts playing like Nadal and he's just like smoking Alcaraz in the third round. I remember Nagal playing Federer at the U.S. Open. He took a set off of Fed. I remember thinking that was the funniest thing ever at the time. But he's that's a guy who's like what, outside the top 600 in the world, climbed into the top 150. He really should have gotten a wild card. Then he had like the most challenging qualifying draw ever. Beat Alex Molchan, who really shouldn't even be in qualifying in the third round. So this guy, and he was like cramping towards the end of that match or whatever. So this is a guy who's earned it. Won in straight sets over Alexander Bublik. I don't know what it is with these guys seeds going out in straight sets. Tiafoe lost yesterday to Thomas Machak. He's a talented young player, but Tiafoe also lost in straight sets. I don't know what's been going on with Tiafoe, but he's completely lost the plot after he was really in some good form. Won in Stuttgart, I believe, over Jan Lennart Struff on grass court. Since that, he just really lost the plot ever since he broke into the top 10. Forehand Collins, forehand of Swiatek had slips up a bit. Backhand Collins cross court, backhand slice of Swiatek. That goes out, 15 love. 15 love. Way more seeds going out on the women's side than the men's side, though. Max, I think this will be a good one. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so as well. I don't know if I think so, but I hope so. Nadal, Rodchenko for Nadal. Rafael Nadal. There's some funny names there. I like the ones that sound like tennis names, like Tennis Sandgren. Like, how hilarious is that there's a guy named Tennis who's playing Katie Vollinets. Margaret Court. What? Backhand cross the net. The backhand of Swiatek. Backhand of Collins. The backhand of Swiatek. That goes out. 30 love for Collins. Yeah, Nadal Rodchenko confirmed. That's funny. That's funny. Who does he have in the next one, Nagal? Who's Nadal Rodchenko have in the next one? Now, Nagal's got Shang. You know, it's funny. Shang and Nagal, the winner of that will play Alcaraz. Well, Nagal is coming in with absolutely nothing to lose. He does have good confidence. He was playing well at United Cup. Sonego is going to be tough for Alcaraz. Sonego has already beaten Alcaraz. And this is a guy who can just redline, especially against a big opponent. So that's something. Another note on that as well in a second. 30 love here for Collins. Serve the forehand of Swiatek. That goes out. 40 love for Collins. So I don't know if have you guys seen Shang? I'm hoping I'm saying his name right, but Zhengchen Shang, the Chinese teenager. This is a guy who has an absolutely outrageous forehand. Such a talented young player. Alcaraz has never played a guy younger than him on the ATP tour. He's never played a single player younger than him in challengers or futures either, by the way. He's never played a player younger than him. If Alcaraz beats Sonego and Shang beats Nadal, then that he will be the first Shang for Alcaraz. Because Jerry Shang, because he's like Jerry Shang, he's like 17, I think. But he's outrageously good. I saw him in Atlanta as well. I remember watching him 2 years ago when he won a main draw match in Australia at the Australian Open. So he's very good. Very, very good. Or maybe it was last year, but he's very, very good. Yeah, the men's draw is interesting. I'm excited about Tommy Paul Draper today as well. I'll keep an eye on a few of the other scores. But yeah, I'll be covering the Alcaraz Sonego match. I have like minor upset. Like, I don't know if upset alert is the right word, but more like upset curiosity. Like if Sonego can test Alcaraz whatsoever. Because Alcaraz he played a fantastic first match, Alcaraz, but he's still not fully experienced to these courts. And Sonego, like I said, he can just redline. So upset curiosity, I would say. Hey, what's up, Ashley? Good to have you in here. Good to have you in here. What's up? Frank Ashley. Yeah, Nagal came from a lab. He's a great player. We finally see what's going on here. There's a lifestyle tennis writer at one of the local papers named Joe Tennis. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Something I thought about for the first time is that Federer's last opponent that he won a match against in 2020 before he really kind of took a long break from tennis and people were wondering if he was even going to come back to the sport. It was against Tennis Sandgren before he lost to Djokovic in the semis. Like, how funny is it that this guy who influenced tennis, so the last match that he played was against Tennis Sandgren, where he saved 7 match points in crazy fashion. That's such a funny name, though, is Tennis Sandgren. There are other ones, too, that I just can't think of. Smash Nova is funny as well. Serve here from Swiatek. That's in the net. First serve percentage, not good so far for Iga. Want to pick it up. She needs to pick it up in this match. She's probably nervous now because she feels like she needs to first serve after what happened 2 years ago. Kick serve, backhand Collins into the backhand Swiatek. Backhand Collins, we're back neutral, kind of. Backhand Collins still attacking. That's in the net, though. That backhand's got to be working of Collins. And Swiatek is so good at redirecting and placing the ball. She's going to get it to that backhand. The Collins backhand has to be working on full throttle and full aggression. $18 minutes played, by the way. Swiatek serve the forehand of Collins. That's back on her side. 30 love for Swiatek. 30 love for Swiatek. What matches are going on at the moment? So Casper versus Rude. Casper versus Rude is what I was going to say. Casper versus Rude. Wow, that's a thing that makes sense as a sentence. Zverev is up a set on Klein. What else is going on? Nori is down to very talented Italian player Sapiri. Nice. I love to see that for Sapiri. He's up a set in a break. Or no, he's up a set and he's up in a tiebreaker. Oh, what a shot from Collins there. Back and kind of half volley. Right back to the back and volley of Collins. Back and pass. That goes out. Wow, good net play from Collins. Swiatek looking a bit frustrated. 3-15 though. Mickelson and Lehechka are a set apiece. Tied up a set apiece. I don't remember who I chose for that one. I think I did have that match in my predictions for the draw. I think I may have said Mickelson. I really like Alex Mickelson. I think at the next gen finals completely lost the plot, but I think he has a lot of upside. I'm almost more excited about him than Lehechka, to be honest, in the long run. He's an American player who I think is going to be pretty good as Mickelson, from what I've seen of him. That goes out. Although most matches that I did see him play were on grass courts, but still, he's good. Hey, what's up, Joe? What's up, Joe Mama? Good to have you in here. Evie, link to watch. No, sorry. But it's on ESPN Plus. I would assume it's on ESPN as well, but I don't have a link to it. Serve from Iga. Wide forehand of Collins. Forehand. That stays way up high, but chance for Collins to attack. Forehand just puts it away inside in. Swiatek run the other way. 40-30. It becomes 40-30. Yeah, what's up, Joe? Good to have you. It was fun to talk with you in the other streams. Thanks, everybody, who joined in for the streams yesterday, by the way. It was a lot of fun. Double header with Fernandez and Goff. Also, Sinner was one of the more fun streams I remember doing, so appreciate everybody who joined into those. I'm going to be doing 3 today, so doing a lot. Doing a lot today. Like I said, going to have the Alcaraz one as well right after this. Alcaraz is going to be playing right after this, so 2 back-to-back. Serve Swiatek, the forehand of Collins. Backhand Swiatek, the forehand of Collins. Backhand Swiatek, cross court, the backhand of Collins. Backhand of Iga. Way up high to the forehand of Collins. Forehand, the backhand of Collins. Backhand Swiatek, the forehand of Collins. The forehand Swiatek, cross court, forehand of Collins, down the line. Backhand Swiatek on a full slide. She got back to neutral. Forehand, athletic, a great kind of slide there, but misses just long. Iga thought she may have made it. Iga, don't be greedy now. Listen, that would have been impossible for any other player to think that you would have made that. Come on. That was an amazing initial slide, though. That's why she's world number 1, but just too much to ask for. It's a great job shot from Collins. Two good points of, I guess you could say, variety in this game of net play and also drop shotting. By the way, Sapiri is up 2 sets to love on Cameron Norrie. Cam Norrie not getting it done. Norrie not getting it done. Frank, what do you think about a Cameron Norrie 2 sets love comeback? I've said it a million times. Norrie is like the most random player on the tour, but I love that. I love watching Norrie play. Or something about him. Serve from Swiatek, but he's in trouble. That's it. That's a double fault from Iga. It's an advantage for Collins. I don't even think that. I think this is more Swiatek than it is Collins from my perspective, but Collins is doing well. Actually, I wouldn't even say that. Collins has played a few good points in this game, but that's Swiatek can't be double faulting. A little bit come from both sides. Advantage for Swiatek. Collins will want to take one of these early break points. We're still on serve. Let's see what Collins has. Serve from Iga. Catches the ball toss. Not a great sign. Serve from Swiatek. To the backhand of Collins. That hits the tape, goes over. Iga run. She gets it. Flick. Backhand pass. Swiatek's still there. No way. Backhand put away from Collins. 3-1. Collins trying to take us back to 2022. I don't know if that mental kind of baggage is in Swiatek's head. Because listen, when you step onto these courts and you remember how badly you were beaten in a semifinal that prevented you from an Australian Open final, you kind of tend to not really forget that very much. That's a great point from Collins. Stud tough with the volley at the end there, because Swiatek did not let up. 3-1 for Collins. We'll see if she can keep this up. 2 good net points in that game and another great drop shot. Another great drop shot. Everybody just joining in, by the way. Don't forget to subscribe. Quality Shot Tennis. Anthony here on the call. I'll be here from first point to last. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it growing. Swiatek versus Collins. Collins looking for the upset. Appreciate y'all joining in. Collins up 3-1. I really didn't expect that, to be completely honest. I was predicting a pretty one-sided win for Swiatek, because I tell you what, Swiatek, since that Australian Open loss to Collins here 2 years ago, she beat Swiatek in 6-0, 6-1 in Doha. And she beat her 6-0, 6-1 in Cincinnati. Or sorry, 6-1, 6-0 in Cincinnati. So I thought that we might see something similar. Wow, Danielle's playing so well. She really is, actually, yeah. I got to give her the credit. She is. ESPN 2 comes on at 9 p.m. showing Kentucky baseball. Oh, okay, got you, Matt. ESPN Plus has it. I know that. Do you think Greek track has potential for like a Grand Slam semifinal or something someday? Greek track? I'm trying to figure out who that is. I'm trying to figure out these cryptic nicknames. Greek track. What am I missing there? Tsitsipas? Or is that Greek sport? Like, who is that, Frank? I'm not going to be deciphering nicknames here. Serve from Collins. That's a let. Second serve. Nori 2-0 behind. Yeah, TV off. Then can't handle his blood anymore. Serve from Collins. Back in a Swiatek. Back in Collins. That's in the net. Love 30. I'm doing double duty tonight. I'm keeping up with UConn, Creighton, as well, since I'm going to start a Big East. Yeah, nice. It's cool to follow multiple sports at once. I'm all tennis today. I got Swiatek Collins, and then I got Alcaraz Sonego, which, by the way, watching Sonego and Collins try and do 2 upsets over two of the best players in the world back to back is going to be quite an experience to watch those matches in full and call them. And then at 3 a.m. today, I've got Rune versus Kazao. So all 3 of those are pretty fun. Rune and Kazao are 2 very talented young players. I've known about Kazao for a bit. That's my guy, Kazao. I've had an eye on him for about a couple of years now, so I'm excited for that one. But Frank, I don't know who Greek track is. I'm trying to think who that even could be. If it's not Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas is playing well, though. Tsitsipas could still win a major. I wouldn't be shocked. I would be shocked if he wins multiple or several, but I could see him winning a Roland Garros. He seems to be consistent in Australia as well. But Roland Garros, he's more consistent in Australia. His higher peak is in Roland Garros. So I would be less surprised by a Roland Garros victory. Forehand cross court to the forehand of Swiatek, because he'll need to be at his best to beat the likes of Alcaraz or somebody else. Well, he probably won't even beat Alcaraz, but beat whoever. Maybe if Alcaraz gets upset at some point by somebody, he'll have the best chance to beat the guy who beat Alcaraz. Beat Sinner or somebody. By the way, 3-2, Swiatek breaks back. Greek track is Greek sport. Yeah, in Dutch, his name literally means Greek track. Oh, okay, got you, yeah. Greek sport. Yeah, I think he could. The big tournaments is where he struggled the most, right? He hasn't had a run at a Grand Slam, but this is a guy who's pretty young. He's very talented. I think he's one of the bigger talents on the tour. He has a phenomenal mentality about him. I mean, if you win 8 challenger titles in 1 year, that says something about you. Climbed up a tier in the rankings last year, but like I said, it's just the big tournaments where he didn't perform that well. He got to the final of a 500 tournament. He got to a final. No, he didn't get to a final on every single surface, but he won a hard court title. He won a title on grass courts. He got to another final on hard courts in Washington. He beat Taylor Fritz in the semifinals. So Greek sport can beat some top guys. He can beat everybody who's not a top guy. Yes, I reckon he can. I think he will reach a quarterfinal of a Grand Slam at some point. And I would love for him to reach a semifinal. I don't even think it's impossible he reaches a final, but he just needs to keep improving and working hard because he's one of the most underrated, talented players on the tour. I'm really high on Talon Griekspoor. I'm more high on him than, say, a guy like Nicholas Jarry. I think Jarry is great as well, but there's something about Griekspoor that there's a lot of upside with Griekspoor. It really doesn't end very quickly when you look at it. So he needs to improve in the big tournaments, though, but he has time, so I would love to see him kind of pick it up. He was cooking on grass for a bit, but I don't know semis too much, I guess, of course. Yeah. I would bet on a quarterfinal. I wouldn't bet on a semifinal, but I don't think it's impossible at all with Griekspoor. It just depends a lot on him. That's a weird swinging volley. Falls short. Smash. Oh, backhand. What a get from Collins. Another smash. Right to Collins. Getting there. Oh, my God. What a get. Swiatek runs back. Collins backhand cross court. She wins those points, win the points of the tournament. That hits the tape, goes over. Swiatek forehand cross court. Oh, Collins just ran out of legs there. Collins ran out of legs there. 15-shot rally. Crowd is going crazy. I can't believe what I just saw. Swinging volley was a bit of a miss hit. Then a smash was great. Better get from Collins. Another smash to now 2 hands on the racket, and that's an incredible shot in itself. Comes with a couple more shots, but then a shot into the net, and it was over. Or not into the net, but she just doesn't run for the last one. Ran out of legs. Crazy point, though. 15 love for Swiatek. Collins is playing a good ball, and she's locked in. Back in Swiatek, that's too good. Inside out, 30 love. We'll see if Iga steps it up, though. That'll be the big question now. For now, too much. Maybe in 3 years or something, I see it happen. Oh, yeah. For now, I don't expect it in 2024. Yeah, I agree. Something like that, or just quick improvement. Yeah, I would say in like 3 or 4 years, I could see something like that happening. I'm not counting Griekspoor out, though. He's a guy who I like a lot. Very under the radar. Backhand to the backhand of Swiatek. Forehand of Collins. The forehand of Swiatek. Backhand of Collins, cross court. The backhand of Swiatek. Backhand of Collins, the forehand of Swiatek. Forehand of Collins, the forehand of Swiatek. Backhand Collins way up high. That goes out, though. That goes long. 40 love for Swiatek. Easier on her serve. Her first 2 service games were not easy. Not easy whatsoever. And are you calling the Alcaraz match tonight? Yeah, actually, I am. I'm excited. Are you going to be able to stay up for that one? I'm calling it right after this. Alcaraz versus Sonego. Sonego beat him in Washington or Cincinnati or some tournament back in 2021, at the end of 2021. So it was before Alcaraz really became the player he was, but still not nothing. And he's a guy who's dangerous, is Sonego. So backhand, cross court. That's a beautiful return to serve. That's what she was doing 2 years ago. A little too late, though, 40-15, but a little too late. By the way, Klein is up 5-2 on Zverev, so that could be a set apiece. Zverev seems to always underperform here, to be honest. So Purcell has a game point to break back against Rude, so that's happening as well. Norrie is up a break against Apiri, but he's on 2 sets to love. But Norrie is a fit guy, man. He's a guy who can come back from 2 sets to love down, no doubt about it. That's a good shot from Swiatek. Iga is fun to watch. Iga, I'll be honest. I'll just be fully honest. Iga wasn't my favorite player for a long time. Over the last 6 months or so, I'm growing more on Iga. I really now quite enjoy watching Iga play and what she brings to the court, especially because she's still improving. She's still working on her game. She's still improving. There's something about that I really like. She's a fearless player. I think she's fearlessly sought after all-time records. I think she wants to be an all-time great. We'll see if she can get up to that level to the utmost extreme, but she's definitely a Hall of Famer. We'll see if she can win several more majors on her, but she's so young. Top tier on clay courts. So I don't know if she's my top favorite on the women's side. I don't know if I could share in that, but I definitely like her now as a player, and I quite enjoy watching her. Very flashy style of play, I think, which is not something you always get from top players. So made me laugh yesterday in his on-court interview, saying he's still skinny even though he goes to the gym. Yannick's relatable. Yannick is relatable. Yeah, Yannick's funny. Serve from Collins. That goes out. Second serve here from Danielle. Serve the back end of Iga. Forehand into the net from Collins. 15-all. Iga looking to pounce here. We Dutchies need some good results from someone like Greek Sport. Tennis dying out a bit here. Maybe that can change something. Maybe that can change something again. Yeah, that would be cool. That's why it's always good to have a guy like Greek Sport for a country. So I hope Greek Sport does well. I'll be honest, he's one of my favorites personally, period, anyway, especially from players outside kind of the top 20 in the world. He's probably a top 5 favorite for me for players outside the top 20. Some other players I like: Christopher O'Connell, Alex Molchan, Talon Greek Sport, Gail Monfils, Wawrinka, Dominic Thiem. That's just off the top of my head. I'm sure I'm missing some, but Greek Sport is definitely a top favorite of mine. I hope he does do well, and for that reason as well. Because who are like, yeah, it would be good to have good Dutch results in tennis. I can't think of another great Dutch player from recent times, so it'd be good. I think there's a bit of a delay here or something. It's starting to rain or something. Yeah, there is rain and the court is getting a little bit wet, so they might close the roof. It started pouring down in Melbourne, so there's a bit of a delay. The roof is going to close. Yeah, now it's raining hard. I can see it on the screen. It is pouring down. It is, I mean, when you imagine it raining hard, it is raining hard right now. Out of nowhere. It's not on the forecast, but it seems like just one really, really annoying, miserable, dark, evil cloud just decided to come up and ruin everyone's plans. And give us a rain delay, which is just annoying. So there's going to be a delay. Are matches still going on any of the other courts? Let me see. Scoreboard doesn't say rain delay yet, but there is a delay. Where did that come from? Absolutely nowhere. Just one really annoying cloud in the sky. It should be fully blue and nice day out, and then it was even sunny, and then just out absolutely nowhere, it's starting raining hard. I hope that this isn't too long of a delay. I'm sure there isn't any court that isn't playing with the roof. That is playing with the roof, because that would it didn't seem like it was going to rain at all. I think they're currently trying to close the roof. Currently closing the roof. It's going to be an indoor match, but then they'll need to dry off the courts as well. Richard Krajicek was the best Dutch player from yesteryear. Oh yeah, he was good. Van Rijthoven, yes, was upcoming and brought some because of his run at Wimbledon. He had potential, but after Wimbledon, he just fell off it. Van Rijthoven was absolutely, I mean, he had a goated run. He beat Medvedev and Felix back-to-back. Beat Medvedev in straight sets. That was the funniest thing ever, too, because Medvedev, right after that, became world number 1, which is so Medvedev, by the way, to lose to a guy ranked outside the top 200 and then become world number 1 the next day. But, yeah, that's crazy. Van Rijthoven and Greek Sport have a lot of potential on grass courts. So, it'd be cool, Frank, if we could get both of them having some crazy runs at Wimbledon. It'd be awesome. Yes, I'm doing the Alcaraz match right after this as well. Yeah. Yeah, that is what I said. I'm gonna be having the Alcaraz match, and then later on, I'm gonna be having the Runa match later on as well. But that's way later. I'm gonna try to get a nap in after that Alcaraz match because that's in about 6 hours time. So, but I will be having that one. Rude won the first set right before the rain. Makes me think of that Milli Vanilli song, "Blame It on the Rain." Let's go, Casper, though, beating the weather. Let's go, Casper, at least getting that set in. Let's go. By the way, Mickelson and Lehechka is a really interesting first round. They are tied a set apiece and are really close in the third set. Reminds me of Musetti and Van Asch yesterday. Because Lehechka is the more decorated of the two players, even though they're both very new. But both young players, and Van Asch got the win over Musetti yesterday. We'll see if Mickelson can do something over Lehechka. But that's a pretty interesting. Some of my favorite matches are matches between young players, which is why Sinner Alcaraz at the U.S. Open might be my favorite match I've watched. It really might be. That Sinner Alcaraz U.S. Open match, I will stay defending that match as an all-time great match. And it's as somebody who's like watched a lot of matches throughout history. I've even looked at lots of clips from players way back in the day, like Laver, Rosewall, Tilden. I like Connors and McEnroe at Wimbledon, Borg and McEnroe at Wimbledon. Like, and I've grown up watching the Big Three era. That Sinner Alcaraz match is really an all timer. That one is crazy. That one was crazy. I'll stay defending it. At least there's a roof. Yes, they'll have to clean the courts though, so we're probably out for. I mean, I don't want to say an estimate because I have no idea, but we're going to be out for several minutes. You would think 20, 30 minutes. They're going to have to wipe the courts clean though. It seems like they closed the roof now. It seems like we're now indoors. But yeah. That was for you, Max. Thank you, Matt. I also thought about the song "Here Comes the Rain Again" by the Eurythmics. I don't know that one. I know the "Here Comes the Sun." I know that one, but Runa is very late for you, I guess. Yeah, 3 a.m. So it's the first time I'm ever going to be doing a match that starts at 3 a.m. But listen, I don't know if you've seen Arthur Kazow play, but that guy is so talented. He had a wild card at, I forget which tournament, but it was like 2 years ago. And I was randomly looking at highlights and I saw this guy who I'm always interested by young players and players coming up and by guys who are just like new to the tour, names I haven't seen before. So I was like, oh, I'll watch some of this guy. At least I always make it a thing to watch a few points at least, if nothing else from highlights. And he had this, well, first of all, I just liked how he was like kind of fist bumping himself and like he looked really confident out there. And that's something I always look for in a player. And then he had the most outrageous between the leg shot winner I've ever seen. And he looked like he wasn't even surprised by it. I was like, okay, I got to look more into this kid. And then I stayed following him through challengers, through all of this. I always thought he looked like a great kind of all court game, very talented. The first time maybe people saw him, he got to the final of a challenger tournament, one of those 175 tournaments on grass that Murray got to the final of last year. So he's already played against Andy Murray in a challenger final last year. But Kazow is a very talented guy. So I saw Kazow's name and I was like, oh, he's playing against Runa. Kazow's rising up. He's in the second round of a slam and Runa, didn't play a perfect first round at all. So I was like, yeah, I'll stay up. With the roof closing, who will this favor more? Surely I would think it would be better for Collins. I would absolutely think it's better for Collins. That was probably better for the moment. Yeah. Anley possibly owns a Beatles vinyl. I love the Beatles. People hate the Beatles now. Beatles are amazing. Like, not only are they like super popular, their music is crazy. Like, have you ever really listened to a Beatles album? It's like their music was ahead of the curve. Like, there's a reason that like they were high and they were just they're just having a crazy time and they were just like, we're gonna make the most genius, like just accessible, fun music ever. And well done music as well that just hasn't been made yet, and they were so influential. People always just like to say stuff. I hate the Beatles. Like, okay. I hate Christopher Nolan movies. Okay. They're pretty good. They ran on my parade, yeah. Just kidding, Anthony. Well, I don't, but I wish I did, Checking the outer court scores. Yeah. Joe Mama, Barbara Streisand. Yeah, the other outer courts. What's going on the women's? I was looking at the men's. Kessler and Noskova are at a set apiece. So that's something going on. Anyway, the court is very wet for the moment. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna hop off and then I'm gonna hop back on. But I'll be back. I'll be back after the rain delay. So as soon as the match resumes, make sure to come back to the stream for more. But I will hop off and then I will hop back on when the rain kind of gets away. So all right, I will see you guys when the match kind of resumes a bit. All right, hey guys, back with the call. They've dried up the courts. Both players are currently warming up as we speak. They're doing a bit of a short rally, a short hit. I guess it was over 15 minutes. It was over a 15-minute delay, so they're having, I think, like a 3-minute warm up. Let me know in the chat if that's off, but I think like a 3-minute warm up. So a little bit of a warm up here for a few minutes, and then we're gonna get back started. Not often do you get a delay and they're exactly tied in score. Usually one player is up and it's like one player has the advantage. Nope, it's 3-3 and it is 15-all on Collins' serve. It couldn't be more close. Coming off of it, I think if anything, the Iga, it's better for Iga, who already had a few. Collins had a couple chances on a couple of Iga service games now, so it'd be good for Iga to talk to her coach, I think. But yeah. Hey, what's up, Joseph? Hey, all, beautiful day. Not, no. No, we see that. I see that. Australia decided to pour down. Everybody said it's a good day. What happened? What happened to good days? Can't be sunny. Max, don't tell anyone I'm not a Barber fan. I'll lose my street cred. Don't tell anyone I'm a Barber fan. Yeah, that's funny. Brad Gilbert looks 10 years older than he did during the U.S. Open. I haven't seen a pic of him, but Brad Gilbert's the GOAT, and I mean that. Both players serving. How crazy is it? Brad Gilbert never reached the semifinal of a major. Like, he was, I think, number 4 in the world, whatever. He was such a good player, but never had it at the majors. Yeah, Brad was a good player, is an even better analyst as well. Looking at the other matches going on, Rude has resumed. Rude has resumed play. He's at one set of he's at 1-all in the second set. He won the first set over Purcell. Klein is trying to serve out the second set versus Zverev. It's unexpected. Zapiri and Nori and Mickelson and Lehechka yet to start up. Players are still warming up their serves, by the way, in terms of this Collins and Swiatek. And a great coach. Yes, exactly. Yeah, great coach as well. Gilbert and Cahill are the best, and they both work for ESPN. Yeah, Gilbert, Cahill, Annacone. Annacone is fantastic as well. Paul Annacone is one of might be my favorite analyst to listen to. I love listening to what he's got to say. So they're still warming up serves, by the way. Both players walking up to their benches. All right, we're going to get started soon. We are going to get started soon. It is Collins serving. It's Collins serving. Collins still at the bench. We're gonna get play started up here. The first 6 games, the more of the story I think is on Collins. She played very well. Nothing crazy so far. Like I said, we're still at 3-3. Collins did go up 3-1. Up a break. Swiatek broke right back. Here we go. Here we go. Like I said earlier, by the way, I've got the call for Alcaraz versus Sonego after this as well. I've got the Alcaraz match after this. Make sure to join in for that as well. This is such a close match. I like when these two play. Yeah, for sure. For sure, Ashley. Yeah. I liked it too. I mean, it was really a close match in, where was it? I'm forgetting. But close match last year. They had 2 that really weren't close in Doha and Cincinnati, but they had a close one in between that. Forgetting where it was, but they had a 3-set match, and that one was fun for me. The one 2 years ago was not close, and Collins was the one who won it. So, all right, 3-3, 15-all. Back at it. Serve out wide for Swiatek. Back into Collins. That goes out 15-30. Let's hope that Collins keeps up the same level, though. She's gonna have to come back with the same level. Iga, by the way, during the changeover, Iga looked insane. She was so intense. So many quick movements all over the court. Like, this is a player who is dialed in. So Backhand from Swiatek. It's 15-30. Chance for Swiatek. Have a chance. That goes just long from Swiatek. She's going to be upset at that. 30 all. 30 all. Hey, what's up, Adam? What's up, Adam Genius? I like the name. By the way, I'm so sad that Wozniacki and Jabeur lost yesterday. Yeah, Wozniacki due to support fitness, Jabeur due to loss of form. Yeah, exactly. So Wozniacki was my favorite player back 2018 when I got into tennis. Nowadays, I'm a huge fan of Jabeur. Two of my absolute favorites as well. I was a big fan of Kerber back in the day as well. On the men's, I don't know why it is. On the women's side, I prefer a more defensive style watching it. Beautiful backhand winner, one of Collins' best in the match so far. Down, inside out. Kind of right down the line on the back on the deuce side. Yeah, I like watching more defensive players on the women's side, and I like watching more offensive players on the men's side. I can't tell you why that is, but Kerber, Wozniacki, Jabeur not necessarily always more defensive, but Wozniacki and Kerber surely a bit more. So I like that kind of style of play and what they bring. I really like Rybakina as well, and she's just this like power hitter, but she also has just like elegant movement. I like the movers in women's tennis, and overall, they're just such good shot makers. That's a big forehand down the line from Swiatek. We're at deuce. Yeah, it's always a pleasure to watch Kerber play at Wimbledon. Yeah, down forehand down the line's like an iconic shot. We got deuce. We'll see if Collins can hold here. If Collins can hold here, the pressure's right back on Iga. 59 minutes played, but the rain delay's got to be part of that. Why is that? That shouldn't be counted into the match time. I care about match time. That's one of the stats I always look at. I count that in for a few different things, but forehand, cross court, forehand to Swiatek, forehand Collins put away. That shouldn't be counted on the match clock. Why did we certainly didn't have 59 minutes played before? They should pause the match clock. Why would they? Surely there's some guy where part of his role is pausing or unpausing the match clock. Why is it say an hour? Serve here from Collins at advantage. Serving the forehand of Swiatek. That's a big come on from Collins right to her box. Throws down the ball, says Iga, show me what you got. Collins says, hey, we're back in 2022. Show me what you got. This is not Doha or Cincinnati, by the way. Those were 6-1, 6-0. This is 3-4. Collins in the lead. I love watching Kvitova. I think there's something about watching lefties. Joe, I totally agree. Well, my favorite women's player on the women's side is Fernandez. So, Joe, you know that I was heartbroken watching that match against Parks. I actually happen to like Parks as well, but Fernandez, she's fun to watch. I like watching lefties too. I really don't know. I can't possibly think of why that is. I could only hear. I can't think of myself why it is more interesting to watch lefties. Certainly the lefty kind of slice serve out wide is always fun to watch. I don't know what it is about lefty. Something about the fact that we're so used to watching right-handed players, they stand out. I don't know what it is, but I do like watching left-handers as well. Happy Danielle's playing so well today, Ashley. Yeah, exactly, because it could have not been that way. It could have not been that way. It could have been one-way traffic Iga, but Collins making a match of it. Sophia Kenin did too, though, in her first round. Then she couldn't put away the first set. Swiatek ran away with it. Let's see how it keeps going. I'm glad that we're playing with a roof now, so no more delays, unless something insane happens, which I hope nothing happens. But no more delays. We got a roof. All good to go. I would love to see Jabeur return to her former glory, but I'm afraid last year's Wimbledon final ruined her mentality. Adam, I have the same fear. I think you have the same fear of all Ons Jabeur fans. We hope that she does, though, because she deserves a major. She put way too much pressure on herself. I mean, I felt bad reading the story that she said, but that's just too much pressure. And I'm sad that she can't escape that kind of mental, I don't know. I wish she didn't put that much pressure on herself, because she's a player that absolutely deserves a major. I feel bad for her more than anything, to be honest, but her peak level is so good. She's such a good shot maker. She deserves some. It's hard not to root for Ons. I mean, the level that she had against Rybakina at last year's Wimbledon, the second and third sets, best I've ever seen Ons play. And then that incredible comeback versus Sabalenka. I can't believe she didn't win that tournament. Kick serve, the backhand, and right, dude, just hits the net. Almost went over, 15-all. Third time's a charm. You know it, Joe. You know it. Third time's a charm. 15-all. Iga here stepping up to the line. By the way, last time that they played 2 years ago, Swiatek won 14% of second serve points. Iga's second serve points won is so far very high. I'm going to look up exactly what the numbers are, but she's winning a lot of these second serve points. Another second serve coming here from Iga. This is not really what I imagined. And now that she's doing so well in second serve, I can't believe it's so close, but forehand, that's bigger from Collins. I like that. Forehand Collins, cross court, the forehand to Swiatek, forehand Collins, back cross court, forehand to Swiatek, slide. How she got that depth on is amazing. 30-15. That's when you watch such a top-tier young player like Iga, who might be an all-timer in the future. I mean, just that one shot is impressive. She is an impressive athlete. A match I'm looking forward to tonight, Stevens, Kazakina, two players I greatly respect. Yeah, me too, Matt. Me too. Well, Kazakina, I mean, she's just, her personality is amazing. And then, and Stevens is like a player who, when she's playing her best, she can beat anybody. So I kind of want to call that one, but just, I'm already calling 3 matches today. There are too many good matches. I want to call Casper as well. So I kind of hope that Casper wins in straight sets. Partially because I would like Casper to have a deep run again at a major, but also because I won't feel as bad that I didn't call that match because I had a feeling it would be a good one. Had a gut feeling it would be a good one, but forehand return, that goes long, 4-4, and it's another come on from Swiatek now. Both players with a bit of a come on with their service holds. By the way, Klein is up on Zverev. He's got break point on Zverev. He did. Klein broke against Zverev. Wow. He's up a break in the third set over Zverev. Could be an upset brewing there. Man, that's definitely a good matchup. Yeah. Yeah, that Stevens Kazakina is really good. I wanted to call it. I didn't think this Zverev match would turn into anything, but that's turning out to be something. So many 5-set matches on the men's side. I think we've already had 22, if not more than that now. The open era record is 37. I think we're going to beat it. We had 25 setters in the first round. That goes out from Swiatek. Big come on from Collins. 15 love. 15 love. Serve coming here from Collins. 15 love. Serve down the tee. That's a great serve from Collins. She's serving well. Love to see it. Thirty love here for Collins. 4-4. Serve the back and a cut of Swiatek. What a return. Inside out. That's a classic Swiatek return. It's the positioning, the footwork, the athleticism, just putting herself in perfect position and just getting around the ball. And I don't know. It's just, even from difficult positions on the return, she can find these just incredible shots. And it's her athleticism that really allows her to do that. Shots where balls are close to her or she's way stretched out and she can still hit a really effective deep return, and it's why she's the best returner in the women's game. That goes out Swiatek. I think she won over 50% of her. Would it be ridiculous to say that she won over 50% of her return points last year? Does that even make sense as a statistic? Something like that. Like she won something crazy on return serve last year. Serve here from Collins. Collins, by the way, is like 62 in the world. That's amazing she's playing at this high of a level. Australian Open brings something out of her, I tell you what. Semifinal and final, that's not nothing. Lost to Rybakina in 3 sets last year. That's not nothing either. Backhand, cross-court swing volley, backhand volley. Collins is there, lob. Backhand smash, what a smash. Wow, that was Roger-esque. I don't really like it when people say it, but that really was. I mean, I don't really mind when people say it, but that really was Roger-esque. That was a great shot. Great backhand smash. Yeah, that Jabeur Sabalenka semifinal is one of the best matches I've ever seen. Adam, I'm so glad you said that because I actually agree with you. While I was watching the match, I was like, this is one of the better matches I've ever watched on the women's side. Like, it is incredible. For me, I ranked it second best match last year, ahead of the Australian Open final. For me, it was the second best match last year, only behind the Madrid final, which also I thought was one of the better matches I've ever seen on the women's side, or I mean, in general. So it's just like that was phenomenal. Every set was so close, and Jabeur just an amazing comeback. Level was so high, so many crazy moments throughout that match. I thought it was so compelling. Both players had already reached major finals. Sabalenka had won a major. She was trying to break the semifinal curse. Jabeur had been Rybakina. Who knows how many more chances she had at Wimbledon. It was an incredible contest. I agree. Go Natalia. Oh, it's up to few. Good to have you in here. We're at deuce, by the way. Swiatek looking to do something here. Backhand on the stretch, the backhand Collins, backhand of Iga, the backhand of Danielle, backhand of Collins, the forehand of Swiatek. Collins is playing very well. Forehand cross court, forehand of Swiatek, backhand cross court to the backhand of Swiatek. Backhand Collins down the line, forehand defending. Oh, that is one of those points. That is one of those points. And it's advantage to Collins. Wow. Just an amazingly high level of a rally. And listen, I thought Sofia Kenin was playing well against Swiatek. Swiatek has a nightmare draw. First of all, can we get that out of the way? She has a nightmare draw. But Collins is playing better than Kenin was in the first round, in the first set, and that's saying a lot. Advantage to Collins. And the difference is that Iga isn't far from an amazing level herself. Forehand return is great to the backhand of Collins. That's out, though. Can Collins sustain it, though? She's a bit up and down. She sustained it 2 years ago. This really feels like a semifinal. Second round match. By the way, Swiatek has run 656. I guess that's meters in the match so far. Is ridiculous. Second deuce here. Second deuce here. By the way, everybody just joining in. We're doing the Swiatek versus Collins match. Collins is really playing a good level. So we'll see if she keeps it up. First serves out. Serve to the backhand of Swiatek. Back goes out from Collins. A couple errors from Collins there, though. She's been playing well to this point, but that's the first kind of sign. A little bit of weakness. Advantage to the pole. I'm starting to think Collins can pull this off. With that level, she could. It's a couple errors now, though. Now she's in a little bit of trouble, kind of out of nowhere because of those couple errors. Advantage here for Iga. Serve down the tee. Backhand Collins. Backhand of Swiatek. That's a great shot cross court. Backhand swing volley put away. Iga just out of nowhere. You just can't give anything to Iga. Wow. Couple errors off the backhand side from Collins, and Iga's up ahead. I'll tell you what, though. Collins shouldn't be completely disheartened because she has been playing amazing. If she can bring this up, like she can come back from down a set. Ostapenko beat Swiatek in the 4th round of the U.S. Open, shoot from down a set. If Collins brings this kind of level, you never know, I'm starting to think Alcaraz is going to start at midnight. I hope not. Please don't say that to me. Because if Alcaraz starts at midnight, I might go straight from Alcaraz to Runa with no nap in between, like no sleep in between. I mean, I'll do whatever, but that would be not ideal for me. Which, just for me, that wouldn't be ideal. By the way, Ruda's at 4-4 against Purcell. That match is going very quickly. I guess it doesn't surprise me with Purcell on the court. Skova and Kessler are still very early stages, tied up at a game apiece early on. They're still not playing, I guess, because of the rain. It's good that this one got a roof. Alcaraz also has a roof. He's on right after this, so that's very good. Even though it's raining, that it doesn't matter. I think Iga's taking Collins more serious than she did against Ken and Joe. I think she's being forced to, yeah. I think she's being forced to. I've said it before, I believe. If you painted out the worst possible draw for Swiatek, I think she literally got it. If you painted out the worst possible draw for Swiatek, I think quite literally she basically got it. Basically. So if Iga wins her first Australian Open title, she's going to, and continues her winning streak of like 17 matches, she's going to have to earn it all the freaking way. She will have to earn it. It's not going to be easy. Serve here from Iga. The backhand Collins, that's big down the line. Backhand Iga almost slips, but she doesn't. Backhand cross court, backhand Iga, forehand inside in. That's what I said. Listen, Collins is on another level right now. I mean, listen, I know that she's number 62 in the world, but we got 2 top 10 players on the court right now, so Iga's going to have to bring her best. Because this is top 10 level. I won't even hesitate. Hey, what's up, Lucio? What's up, Lucio? Good to have you in the chat. Sorry, I only speak English. I mean, I also speak a bit of Russian, actually. But I don't speak. I believe that's Spanish. So sorry about that. I agree, Anthony. If Iga wins this tournament, it'll definitely be your best slam win. Yeah, U.S. Open was good. I mean, she's had some great runs on Roland Garros. I mean, winning it without dropping a set is impressive in its own right. That's a great shot from Iga. She's playing solid 15-all. This would be far and away her best slam run, especially with Rybakina potentially in the semifinals. Then you talk about Sabalenka in the final. Like that's something else. Ostapenko, she would try to get her. I was going to pick Ostapenko or Swiatek. And I picked Swiatek to have her first win over Ostapenko, but Ostapenko's up 4-0. She just beat her at the U.S. Open. Like, Swiatek has she has quite the draw. She's got a handful. Starting with Kenin, and it's continuing today with Danielle Collins. Backhand Collins, the backhand of Swiatek. Forehand of Collins. Cross court, the forehand of Swiatek. That goes out 15-30. By the way, I thought of something crazy. Does Collins have a higher win percentage at the Australian Open than Iga Swiatek? It only just occurred to me, but Danielle Collins has a 75% win percentage at this tournament. She's reached 2 semifinals. She's reached the final. She's never lost in the first round. I wouldn't be fully surprised. Iga probably has a higher one, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's close. I'll look that up. 75% win percentage for Collins. Iga also has 75%. They're exactly even, which is crazy in itself. Both have 75% win rate at the Australian Open. That being said, Iga's reached 1 semifinal. Danielle Collins has reached 2. So in every other way, Iga's the superior player, but they both are about the same in Australia so far. Danielle Collins is actually better in Australia. Even if Iga wins the set, Collins is not going away like Kenin did. I completely agree. That's well said, because I agree with you. That's what I think. We hope that. You never know with Collins, but I agree. I kind of think the same. Serve Swiatek, forehand of Collins. That's a great angle. Forehand Collins. She has a chance to step in. Not aggressive enough, though. Forehand Collins, that's wild. The first forehand, she tries to go big on the second forehand, even though she got a little bit out of position, but she played the first forehand where she really should have gone big, a little bit too soft. She had a winner, and she decided to play soft, and then she goes for a winner when she was out of position. Hits it wild. Set point for Iga Swiatek. It was not an easy 6-4 set. It also wasn't an hour and 20 minutes or whatever it says on the match clock. They counted in the delay for that, but very tough first set. Swiatek first serve. She can't buy a first serve, though. Collins can make that an issue for Iga in the second set. See if Iga holds here. Serve from Iga. Kick serve, backhand Collins. The backhand of Swiatek. Backhand Collins, that's in the net. Iga Swiatek with a big come on, because that's what it took. Let's see if Collins cannot go away like Kenin did in that, like Kenin did in her first set, in her second set in the first round. But great set from Iga Swiatek. A great set from Danielle Collins. It was a couple of poor backhand errors. That's all it took in what was an immensely high level first set. Because hour played so far. That's the correct stat. Our first set in 10 games, and here's what the stats say. There's no way that's right. Iga's making 76% of first serves in. I thought it was way less than that. Anyway, I mean, both players doing decent on serve. I guess both players could be doing better on serve, but. Well, okay. Well, the stats aren't saying that it's very high level, but I forgot the stats. On an eye test, they're playing amazing tennis out there. So this is the first time I think I've ever said this, but I don't really care what the stats say. They're both playing very well. For better or worse, I'm not going to care what the stats say. I think they're playing well. But yeah, I agree. Even if Iga wins the set, Collins not going away like Ken did. I don't think so. Like I said, Collins is up and down, but she's played a really good first set. I have Rybakina and Goff in the final. Really interesting. Do you have Goff beating Sabalenka in the semis? Could be a repeat of the semifinal. I just think Sabalenka is going to be so motivated to beat Goff, and Goff had like this kind of. Goff absolutely maximized in that U.S. Open final in the second, third set. She was hitting the forehand well. She was doing everything well. She looked so absolutely focused, laser focused, and motivated. Would she be able to beat Sabalenka again? Forehand to forehand, or would Sabalenka be so motivated to defend her final title, at least get to the final, and to get revenge over Coco? For me, it's the latter, but it would be interesting. Coco Sabalenka would be great. Rybakina Sabalenka in the final rematch would be great. Rybakina Swiatek in the semifinal rematch would be great. Ostapenko Swiatek rematch in the quarters, that would be great. Ostapenko back in the top 10. I really wanted this set to go to a tiebreaker. It deserved one, didn't it? It felt that way. Swiatek, yeah, Iga too good. Robbie, actually good to have y'all in the chat. I do, yeah. Okay, fair enough. I like him out. Let's see if Goff can beat her. I'm a Gilbert believer. What did Gilbert say? Oh, Gilbert with Goff, yeah. Forehand cross court, forehand of Iga down the line. It's a great redirect. Backhand, kind of a moon ball. Forehand Iga, that's an amazing shot. Kind of just like a Medvedev kind of just comes over it wildly. But it's too good. I've always been a big Gilbert fan. Yeah, me too. I love the kind of unique, I feel like he understands tennis in a very deep way, very unique perspectives on tennis. Yeah, it showed up. It shows in how good of a coach he is. I don't like Iga. Hopefully Danielle can come back and compete. All right, guys. No, I like the energy. I mean, whoever you root for, I love people coming in with energy. Love people coming in with energy, rooting on their favorites. Let's keep it going. I see Rybakina versus Saba rematch. Me too, Joe. That's what I picked for the final. I see Rybakina and Sabalenka. Listen, they played so well at this tournament last year. It's an easy pick, but it's also the pick that I think is going to happen. But we'll see. We'll see. Iga is playing really well so far, and she's coming in with momentum. Iga with a win streak is dangerous. We saw her win 37 consecutive matches last year. She's won like 17 in a row, so that's going to be tough as well. All right, it's Collins serving at love 30 here in the second set. Collins at the line. Into the forehand of Iga, forehand of Collins, the forehand of Swiatek, cross court, the forehand of Collins, the forehand of Iga, backhand Collins, cross court to the backhand of Iga, forehand of Collins, the forehand of Iga. That goes out, 15-30. Collins gets on the board in the second set in terms of points, 15-30. She's in this one. I'm hanging in there, Ashley. Thank you. Warmed up from our team freeze. All right, nice, Robert. Nice, Robbie, I should say. Maybe Panko can knock off Iga. Ghost, absolutely she can. Are you kidding me? She's up 4-0. She beat her right before Iga started her win streak in Dubai. She beat her at the U.S. Open in incredible fashion, might I say. She's got a chance. I think Ostapenko has a chance against her. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I'm almost picking Iga with the upset over Ostapenko. That's why I'm picking Iga. By the way, this is Danielle Collins. She's 62 in the world. She's up and down. This might be like a Sofia Kenin type situation. It would be good for Iga if she could finish off both of these Grand Slam finalists in straight sets. Kenin is a Grand Slam champion. But both of these players so good at the Australian Open as well. This would be big if so it'd be big for Collins if she can hold. It would be big for Swiatek if she can break. Whatever happens, big result here. For whatever the second set is probably going to end up looking like. Iga here at 15-40. Collins here with the serve. Serve here from Danielle. Serve. Backhand Collins down the middle to the backhand of Iga. Forehand. Collins, kind of an awkward shot. Backhand pass, yeah, easy as you like. Iga has that all day. It's not an easy shot, but it's an easy shot for the tier of play that Iga is playing at, world number 1. It's 1-0. Iga's up an early break. Collins will have 5 chances to break back, but it's looking like that might be hard. Hey, Robbie, thank you so much for the 5, man. You're so kind with the donations. I appreciate it, Robbie. Thank you. You're way too kind with it, but I appreciate it. And thank you for the donations always. And thank you for joining in always as well. I appreciate you. Thank you. It's always fun just you hanging out in the chat. I really admire really admirable how Australians support their own players, even against high-profile competitors. I wish New York was like that with the Americans. I mean, I would say they are, Matt. They always seem to support the Americans. I remember when Maxime Cressy beat Pablo Carreño Busta, most people, including myself, had never even heard of Maxime Cressy. I remember by the time he won that match, saving match points in impressive fashion in the 5th set tiebreaker against the Carreño Busta trying to defend semifinal points. I remember the whole crowd was chanting Cressy's name. So maybe not quite like Australia. Australia seems to go crazy for Aussies to like another level. So it would be nice if we got it to that level, but I think we do support the Americans a bit. But yeah. All right, Swiatek at 1-0. Let's see if this second set might be more one-sided traffic. One-way traffic. 15 love for Iga. Collins has won 1 point in the set so far, completely from how the second set started. Sorry, from completely different from how the first set started, I should say. This is the second set as we speak. 15 love. Serve from Iga. That's in the net. By the way, Noskova is at 5-4, a set apiece against American Kessler. Keep an eye on that. Noskova at love 15 now. She's trying to break to take it. Love Noskova. Very underrated, very hard-hitting youngster from the Czech Republic. 15 all. 15 all as he gets a shot long. That's so nice of you, Robbie. Yeah, thank you, Robbie. I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. Yeah, thank you, Robbie. Persas sub point. Ooh, Matt, keep an eye on that. Come on, Casper. I thought that was going to be a good one. I just had the biggest gut feeling that would be a crazy match. Okay, now it's back to deuce for Casper. Casper, come on. Keep it together. Forehand to the backhand of Collins. Backhand of Swiatek, the forehand Collins. Forehand of Swiatek. That goes out. 15-30. Collins is looking to go back into this. It's not surprising to me because Collins was playing out. Usually when a player is playing that well, their confidence isn't going to just let them completely wither away in the second set. I mean, come on. Collins has got to be running on confidence despite being 62 in the world. She was playing like a top 10er in the first set. I don't care what the stats say. Anybody watching the match, I think, would agree. I think. 15-30. Collins on return, trying to take this. Serve here from Iga. Forehand of Collins. Forehand of Swiatek. Forehand Collins. Cross court. The forehand of Iga. Forehand Collins. The forehand of Iga. Ooh, that just catch the baseline. Backhand cross court. The backhand slice of Collins on defense now. It's not where she wants to be. Backhand, that's wild, and that goes wide. 15-40 now. 15-40 now. Okay. 15-40. By the way, Casper Ruud forces a tiebreaker. He saves a set point. Let's go, Casper. 15-40. 15-40. Zverev is still struggling against Klein. It's deuce. Klein up a break in the third set. Serve here from Iga, trying to save 2 break points. Serve into the backhand of Collins, backhand Swiatek. The backhand of Collins and the forehand of Swiatek. Forehand of Collins. The backhand of Swiatek down the line. Oh, forehand volley. Just in the net. 30-40. There's one more chance here for Collins, though. If she can't convert on these two, on either of these break points, though, it's trouble. It's kind of trouble. Ruud has point to take to set to a tiebreak. Nice. Ruud with the ace headed to tiebreak. Ooh, Casper with an ace. I don't think I've ever seen Casper hit an ace before. Casper's first ace of his career takes him to a tiebreaker. It's a big moment for Casper there. It's down 0-1, the tiebreaker. I'll keep an eye on that one. All the other matches going on as well. Serve here from Iga. That goes long. Second serve here from Iga. Collins needs to step in on the return more. On the second serve. That's what helped her 2 years ago. It doesn't feel like she's being as aggressive as she possibly can be on the return. She needs to pretty much go there where she's taking the utmost chances on the return, in my opinion. Back and cross court. She does exactly as I say. That's right in the corner. She breaks back 1-1. Right as I say it, Collins brings it to life on the tennis court. 1-1 for Danielle Collins. There you go. What a time to do it, Matt. I'll cover a tiebreak for you. All right, cool. Yeah. Type it up in the chat. I like it. What a time to do it. Yeah, for sure. Go, Danielle. Joe. Yep, that's it. That's it. With an absolute screamer of a return backhand in the corner. Are you kidding me right now? Like I said, they're 4-1. The head-to-head is 4-1 for Swiatek. But 2 of their matches in the last couple of years have gone 3 sets. Or sorry, 1 match has gone 3 set last year. And then another match, Collins absolutely dismantled Iga in the semifinals here 2 years ago. Best performance of Collins' career. She plays different in Australian Open. Doesn't matter what her ranking is. Serve here from Collins. We're back on serve. This match is the better for it. Klein still up a break on Zverev, by the way, 4-3. What's going on in Noskova? Noskova match. Noskova. Oh, let's go, Linda. She gets the match over Kessler. Can't believe I'm rooting against American, but I mean, I've done that quite many times before. I like Noskova. I like these underrated players. She's underrated. Serve here from Collins. We're back on it. Serve here from Collins. Serve Collins. That's a double fault. Left 15. Not a great start. Not a great start. Iga's going to be looking to re-break. There's no doubt about it. I'm going to be up until 7 a.m. watching Medi's match. Oh, got you. Yeah, well, I'm doing the Alcaraz match, so that's crazy, though. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm going to be up till whatever watching Runas. First serve is wide from Collins. Forehand, that's a good return. Inside in, forehand, Swiatek now down the line, comes in. Backhand volley, that's a tough one. Backhand, right back to the backhand volley. Swiatek, that's a great volley. Lob, backhand volley. Maybe Collins could have got there. She stopped running, but it was probably a winner. Good volley from Swiatek. Love 30. Love 30. But yeah, Robbie, that's even a match. That's the match after Runas. So it's gonna be a while in the morning. You're a savage for that, Robbie. I know you like Medi. 3-3 in the tiebreaker. I appreciate it. That Runa Kazal match, I can't wait. I can't wait. First time I'm ever going to be that late doing a stream. I think the latest I've ever done is like 4:20 a.m. I'm starting that at like 3 in the morning, so it's surely going to go past that. Collins at love 30. Chance for Iga. Serve from Collins. The back end of Iga. That misses. 15-30. I went to bed after Coco last night. Set the alarm for 5 a.m. for Djokovic. Not doing that tonight. Nah, you're good, Matt. Yeah. Get your rest. Get your rest. Me and Robbie are going to be the crazy ones. Me and Robbie are going to be the crazy ones who are staying up. You know that. We'll be staying up. You know that. 1530 here for Collins. This is a big point. Big difference between 30 all and 1540. Big point for Collins here. Serve. Kind of a high percentage serve. Backhand. The backhand of Swiatek. Backhand Collins. Cross court. Just catch the sideline. That's not good for Swiatek. I think she might have thought that ball was going out. Just makes a mess of the backhand. We're at 30 all. I like to see Collins making this close. This is a already much better than the second set of that Kenin had against Swiatek. Keep an eye on that Casper score. Hard for me not to look at it. Purcell up 5. All right, Collins here at 30 all. Forehand of Swiatek, the backhand of Collins. Backhand of Swiatek, the backhand of Collins. Forehand of Swiatek, forehand of Collins. Falls a bit short, kind of awkward. Swiatek's there, though. Forehand Swiatek down the line. It's a great redirect. Backhand Swiatek back down the line. Forehand Collins. Backhand Swiatek cross court. That is great. Just intensity of play. And amazing that she could just... I don't know how many people would have found a winner from that position. Because that was pretty much down the middle of the court. It was pretty short in the court, but it was pretty much down the middle of the court. Already 13 shots played. And yeah, that was right down the middle of the court. She finds an amazing cross-court angle there. 30-40. 30-40. By the way, speaking of the Purcell-Rude match, Purcell has a set point on Casper to push that a set apiece. All eyes on this one. Swiatek at break point at 1-1. Collins, serve. Out wide, that's an ace. Danielle. Danielle's keeping it close. Danielle is keeping it close. Wow, Purcell does win the set against Casper, so it's a set apiece there. Purcell up 5-4 on serve. Basically, the serve and hit out or in the net. Wow. Yeah, set point. Yeah, Purcell takes a set. Are going to be here a while. I'll keep an eye on the Casper score for sure. It's 2:48 a.m. in Tottenham already and -4 sets. Wow. That's wild, yeah. Different from the Australian temps, huh? Even in Australia, it's colder than usual, but in other places, it's obviously much colder. Here, it's pretty cold as well, to be honest. It's going to be 6 degrees Fahrenheit tonight in Johnson City. Yeah, it's not like that here, but it's colder than usual here. I think it'll go down to like 20 Fahrenheit here, which that's about the coldest it gets down here. It's 2:48 a.m. in Tottenham. Yeah, it's late, though. I'll be up at like 3 a.m. for the start of a match later, so. But yeah, that's savage. That's savagery. Serve, backhand Swiatek. That's in the net. Danielle Collins. Are you kidding me? The American at 2-1. Collins not a big celebration yet either. I think she believes. And she should believe with the level she brought in that first set. Hour-long first set. We're 17 minutes played so far at 2-1 the second. 17 minutes play at 2-1 the second. Okay, I got a question. I got a question for the chat. And this has very, very little to do with matches going on in 2024, but I just always think it's a fun question. Not the best match of all time, but what is your personal, and this is a big question, what is your personal favorite 3-set match? Or no, I'll just ask favorite. Well, why not just ask favorite? What is your personal favorite match that you've ever watched? Personal favorite. Just personal favorite match at the moment that you've ever watched. Personal favorite. Let me know in the chat. Purcell wins the tiebreaker, 7-5. Awesome pull from Danielle. Yeah, amazing pull from Danielle. Let me know in the chat. Personal favorite match of all time. Purcell wins tiebreak 7-5. Matt, yeah, it's crazy. One of my personal favorites is a straight set match that Federer won against Santoro back in 2008 Australian Open. He completely dismantled Santoro, but both guys were laughing throughout that match. Santoro hit about 10 or 15 between the leg shots. They were both hitting amazing shots throughout that match. Federer's up, I think, 5-0 in the third set, and Santoro asked him, do you want to give up yet? And listen, that was one of the first matches I ever watched as a kid, the highlights of that match. And ever since then, that was a match I'd always go to cheer myself up because it was so ridiculous of a straight sets match. That's one of my favorites. Jabor Sabalenka at Wimbledon was definitely another favorite. Roger winning the Wimbledon 2012 against Murray was one of the more kind of emotional moments that I had as a fan watching the sport, as a big Roger fan back in the day, because I didn't know if Federer was ever going to win another major. That was really when I really started watching tennis, and I didn't know if Roger was really going to win another major. 5 years later, he would win 3 more. He'd be the oldest world number 1 in tennis history. But that was one of my favorites. Center Alcaraz at the U.S. Open might at the moment. I love that match. Murray Del Potro Davis Cup. Schwartzman Tsitsipas Monte Carlo a few years ago was fun. Del Potro Federer at the Olympics. Trying to think of others. Those are some. Nadal Djokovic 2018 Wimbledon. Nadal Federer 2008 Wimbledon. All the Nadal Federer matches. That was an event whenever they'd play. Those are a few. On the women's side, there's a lot as well. Halep versus Kerber in Australian Open was amazing. A lot of Serena Azarenka matches. Some great matches back in the day that you can find on YouTube as well. But those are some of my favorites. Let me know in the chat. Any match that can be your favorite. Honestly, Schwartzman Tsitsipas Monte Carlo just a few years ago is definitely high on the list. I love that match. It was so ridiculous, that match. And Schwartzman is one of my favorite players, so I don't know. There's something about it that stuck out to me. All right, love 30 here for Collins, by the way. I'm completely distracted. That's a good serve from Iga, 15-30. We'll see if Collins can do something. She's gone ahead here in the second set. 15-30, 1-2. Serve from Iga. Out wide. That's a great serve from Iga Swiatek. The Polish star. The Polish number one. The Polish player at 30-all, 1-2. 1-2. By the way, Klein is about to serve for a 2-1 lead on Zverev. We haven't had a lot of top seeds out. Ruud is serving at 30-all to start the third set against Purcell. He's at a set apiece. Like I said, Noskova won her match. What else is going on the women's side at the moment? I think that's the only women's match playing at the moment, which makes sense. Oh, Sampras actually is one quarterfinal U.S. Open. That one is top 5 maybe for me, favorite. I love that match. Serve out wide, Collins forehand. The forehand of Swiatek. Forehand of Collins. The forehand of Swiatek. That's in the net. 30-40. It's a break point here for Danielle Collins. There's an hour and 40 minutes on the match clock. It hasn't been quite that long. They're counting in the 18-minute delay, but it's been long. It's been an hour and 22 minutes played. Collins going to try to prolong it a bit more with the break here. Just like the first set, too. She broke for 3-1. Let's see if she can break and then keep the break as well. She's got to break first, though. Serve here from Iga. Out wide. That goes long. Second serve. Serve. Backhand of Collins. That's a big shot. Backhand Collins. Cross court. She breaks. Second set in a row. She goes up 3-1. No emotion. No emotional reaction. Which is hard to say whether it's good or bad, but I think it's good. I think she's just so confident. She's like, you know what? This is where I should be at the moment. She's at 3-1. She's at 3-1. And yeah, when I commentate matches, I look at how both players are playing, how they're fist bumping, where their mental game is at, where they are emotionally. Because listen, this is such a small margin sport. You need to it brings out the most human parts of these athletes. They're not robots. Any player who plays a tennis match, it brings out our most human element. And that's what's so rewarding, challenging. That's what makes tennis so relatable and so interesting. Like, part of it, I would say. Serve from Collins. The backhand of Swiatek, forehand Collins. The forehand of Swiatek, that goes out. And these players are definitely the most mentally solid of the bunch. Like, every player in the top 100 probably is capable of doing a 2-set to love comeback. You can say that about very few people, even very good tennis players. Like, the players who get to the top are usually the most mentally solid of them all. All right, see answers in the chat. Love to too many to mention, Joe. Yeah, I'll see. I'll read out the answers in the next changeover. I might mention a few more from my end too. I love that topic. I just love talking about it. I want to do videos talking about some of my favorite matches, going in depth on them. Some replays even from matches back in the day, why they were interesting. Some matches people don't talk about. That's something I want to do. Sounds fun. Forehand to the forehand of Iga. Backhand of Collins. The backhand of Iga cross court. Wow. Great backhand from Iga Swiatek. 15-all. She's going to try to do what she did in the first set, which is break right back. which is great. Break right back. By the way, feel free to keep adding matches in the chat. I'll go over them during the changeover. Alcaraz on right after this. By the way, like I said, I will have the call for that one. Vetted. I will also be doing the Runa Kazao. I think we're doing Rabakna later. We're doing one other one as well, which I'm forgetting. Don't forget to subscribe to Quality Shot Tennis if you are new for more tennis content. Don't forget to like the video as well if you're enjoying it. Forehand from Egan to the forehand of Collins. Backhand Egan on the slide. The backhand of Collins. Down the line. It's a hell of a backhand down the line shot. Hell of a backhand down the line shot. 30-15. Great shot there. Serve coming here from Collins. Serve Collins into the net. Second serve. Second serve Collins. Down the tee, forehand Swiatek. The backhand of Collins. The forehand of Swiatek. Forehand Collins. Cross court. Forehand Swiatek. Lob way up high. Backhand swing volley. That's put away. You can't hit a backhand swing volley better than that. We're at 40-15. 40-15. 3-1. 40-15 for Danielle Collins. That was a beauty of a swinging volley. Perfectly timed and perfectly executed as well. Right in the center of the right into the center of the strings. By the way, did Klein serve it out against Zverev? Just remember that that's happening. 5-4 for Klein. Backhand Swiatek. That goes out. 4-1 for Collins. And she holds. 4-1 for Collins. All right, I asked you guys in the chat, what is your favorite what's your favorite match of all time? Any with Roger? Hard to choose. There's so many. Absolutely. 110% agree. Roger was different. Watching Roger play, something about him. Just he played so unreal. We'll never have another Roger Federer. Show my age, but 1999 Roland Garros men's final that actually went over Andre Medvedev after being down 2 sets in the break, completed the career Grand Slam. Andre was so emotional after that. I think he reached a French Open final like 8 years before that or something, but he had never won one. That's a crazy moment for Agassi. I mean, listen, that is crazy. By the way, the fact that we've had 2 finals now with 2 guys completing the career Grand Slam, coming back from 2 sets love down versus a guy named Medvedev. What the hell? 23 years apart. Just kind of funny. Coincidence. Borg McEnroe 1980 Wimbledon final 5-setter. Borg's 5th Wimbledon in a row. Absolute classic. Connors versus McEnroe 1982 final I think is underrated too. Just watch the replays. But Borg McEnroe must have been an absolute classic. Watching the 4-set tiebreaker as well. The kind of fast, quick tennis both players were playing come to net with some exquisite shot making. Goran versus Rafter Wimbledon final. Ooh, nice. Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Ivan Isevich getting it done. As a wild card. I don't know if you've guys seen, Ivan Isevich has like a Twitter account and it has like 3,000 followers, but it's really him. He's followed by Ljubicic and some of these other guys. His name is Wildcard 2001 at Wildcard 2001. I just think that's awesome. That's like if Federer's name was like, I don't know, it's so self-aware. Like that's his big moment. He knows it. That was a great match from Axel. Yeah. Very emotional. Wow, go Danielle. Yeah, she's doing great. Danielle's doing awesome. It's quite a 9-month stretch for Axie. Held 3 of the 4 slams during that time. I didn't even realize that. The U.S. Open final, Todd Martin was a great one. Yeah, Axie and Sampras were icons. Then people were like, how are we going to follow this era up? And then we had the big 3. Now people are like, how are we going to follow this era up? And now center Alcaraz are going to be amazing. And tennis keeps going. Love 15. Swiatek is absolutely attacking Iga's ball. She's doing great. Love 15. This isn't like the first set. Danielle is absolutely going after balls, and she was able to hold her serve. Come on, get some, Danielle. I love it, Ghost. Love 15. We're getting a match of this. Serve down the tee, forehand Collins, the forehand of Iga. That goes out again. Iga's kind of fallen off here. A few more errors. It wasn't pitch perfect from her in the first set. It was like a lot of low lows and a lot of high highs. I would still say it was great level from both, though, overall. but it definitely wasn't the best, cleanest match Iga's played. And right now we're seeing some of the kind of ins and outs of that. Not the highest level. By the way, Klein 2-1 up on Zverev. Could be the first top seed out. I don't think I've seen Klein play before. How does Collins make that in? She can't miss at the moment. This is like 2022. Forehand, that goes out from Iga. Iga's having nightmare flashbacks at 2022 semifinals because Collins is about to win the second set 6-1. Love 40. Love 40. Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? Collins baguette. That's exactly what it is, Joe. Collins breadstick. Collins baguette. Exactly. Collins milkshake. Whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it, because Collins breadstick. And she's about to win the second set 6-1. About to push us 3 sets. We'll see what Iga can do. Serve from Swiatek. Down the tee, forehand Collins. That's in the net from Iga. That's a very poor service game from Iga, and that's an amazing return game from Collins. Both things happen simultaneously. And it's 5-1 for Collins, who breaks Iga at love to serve it at 5-1. It really seems like we're going to go 3 sets now. Wow. Are you kidding me? Wow, Danielle, she's on fire right now, Ashley. Absolutely. This is like 2022. Go Collins. Hey, what's up, Tilly? Good to have you in the chat. Crazy. Dick Enberg did a great job calling that match that day. Nice. Andy Roddick versus Federer at Wimbledon. Nice. Love it. Love it, Tilly. That's the first tennis match I ever sat down to watch was that Wimbledon final. That's an incredible match. That's an incredible match. I do think the 2018 semifinal between Djokovic and Nadal that's my favorite match of the Nadal-Djokovic rivalry. And I think that one's hella underrated. Nadal-Djokovic, Monte Carlo. So many good matches just through the years. Tennis comes up with some epic moments. There's not always a lot going on. Sometimes you have to wait for the exciting moments, but when they are exciting, they are exciting. There's build-up, and I love it. I love the epic matches. We might be seeing one happen as we speak. Back in Swiatek, the back into Collins, cross court. Oh, she misses it. I swore I thought she was going to make it because she just can't miss at the moment. Love 15. Love 15. What a match, Joe. Yeah. Crazy. Welcome, Tilly. Nice to see you again. Yeah, absolutely. Go, Danielle. It's nice to see her playing so well. Yes. Go, Collins. Love it. Love it. We have a lot of Collins fans in the chat. I love watching Collins when she's playing at her best. Any of these players, Ostapenko, Georgie, Collins, Alicia Parks yesterday against Fernandez, any of these kind of players, like whenever they're at their best, like they can be top 10 level. Alicia Parks really is somebody to watch out for if she can mentally lock in more. Forehand of Collins, the forehand of Swiatek. That goes out. Swiatek is starting to make a lot of errors in the set. This reminds me of the set she played against Caroline Garcia, not in Beijing. In Beijing, it was high level from Swiatek throughout it. In United Cup, because her return of serve, she really was not doing very well. And she played one bad service game in this set, really, in my opinion. One bad service game. And Collins, it was mostly Collins who just returned amazing. Forehand Swiatek, the forehand of Collins. Backhand Swiatek, the forehand of Collins. That's a great shot cross court. Forehand slide, gets it deep. Great shot from Swiatek. Back and cross court. I believe she misses that as well. Swiatek can't believe it. It's 30-15 for Collins. When's the last time we've had somebody breadstick Iga? Can't believe Garcia's out already. Yeah, it's sad. Garcia is so up and down. She played a fantastic match against Osaka, and then she plays a very mediocre match and loses against Freck. Freck is a great player, but I mean, when you're able to play as well as she did against Osaka, you expect her to be able to beat Freck in the next round. She shouldn't be losing to Magdalene Freck. That goes loud, and the crowd loves it. A big come on from somebody in the crowd who loves it. 40-15 for Collins with a big serve. Be here for the third set, by the way. We're going to be here throughout the third set. Are we going to see an upset here? A massive upset. We saw this 2 years ago. It was an upset then, but it wasn't as big of an upset. Iga was the 7th seed. Iga was the 7th seed at that Australian Open. Serve down the tee, backhand Swiatek, backhand Collins, the backhand of Iga. Forehand Collins trying to put this away. Big shot, but she doesn't put it away. 40-30. I guess he can't ever count out Iga, but it's looking like we're going to go 3 sets. I had an incredible connection to Axie, too. Always wanted him to beat Sleepy Pete Sampras. Sampras is one of my top 5 favorite players, Matt, but I'll forgive it. Axie is great too. I don't dislike Axie either. Both they had an iconic rivalry. They're both great. Serve out wide. That goes wide. Second serve here for Collins. Serve here from Danielle. Serve Collins. Ooh, that just misses wide. That would have been a service winner. But double fault. Just her second double fault of the match so far. Second double fault of the match for Danielle Collins. Brings us to deuce. This could get tight if Danielle can't go. It would just be 1 break difference, I believe. Yeah, just be 1 break difference if Danielle loses this one. You never know. Tennis, things change. That would be crazy, though, to be fair. Let's see what Collins can do. Serve here, Collins. Kick serve. The backhand of Iga. That's a wild backhand. That's a backhand she usually makes. She hits a return inside out. She's made that a few times in this match as a winner, but that one was a wild unforced error. Advantage for Collins. Advantage for Collins. By the way, meanwhile, Casper is up a break on Purcell in the third set. Love to see that. Advantage for Collins. Serve down the tee. Sorry from Swiatek because it went right at Collins. Collins can make something out of anything, so it's probably good. Swiatek apologized. But it's a game. It's a set point here for Collins. That's a double fault. Second double fault from set point. She's just looking at the box, at her box. Nerves. That's nerves for Collins. Let's see if she can serve this out. Let's see if she can serve this out, man. Collins doing much better on first serve than second serve in the set so far. She wants to get some first serves in. She does there. With a great serve out wide, I have a feeling that we're going to go 3 sets in a moment because Collins looked at her box. She's trying to get the composure. We'll see if she can finally put the set away and push us 3 sets. I think we're going to get it right here. Set point number 4, though. I mean, if Iga saves 4 set points, that's going to stick in Collins' mind. But she's got a set point right here. Collins serve. That's well wide, though. Second serve. This guy's got to get the second serve in. 3 double faults on 3 set points would be insane. Or 1 serve away from that happening, but she's got to make this. Kick serve, nice, solid. Backhand, Swiatek, that was solid, but it was, Swiatek said, okay, come on, that was too easy. Backhand down the line. Iga saves 4 set points. I mean, listen, this is why Iga's world number 1. Deuce, things are getting tight and tense now. Things are getting tight and tense, I tell you what. First serve in the net from Collins. Things could completely unravel here. Serve from Collins. Like I said, she was doing much better on first serve. She's kind of lost the first serve ever since she got to 40-15. That's another double fault. A third double fault in this game. She's hit 4 double faults in the match, and 3 of them have come in the last, 7 points. Are you joking me? The drama of the moment is crazy because you never know with Iga. She'll be 1 break down. Advantage for Swiatek. Collins serve. Swiatek looking to break here. She'll be looking to pounce on the return as well. As she's been doing, that is a wild first serve from Collins. Collins serve. Now it's her trying to save a break point. Kick serve, that stays in. Oh, that's a great second serve. That gets some depth. Collins asking for a box to get up. Deuce. Collins asks for a box to get up, and guys in the box is like, yeah, I'm up. He's like asking for the box to get up. Usually when I see that, the box is like, whatever. I don't really care. The guy in the box is like, yeah, I'm up. Deuce here for Collins. Second serve coming. Second serve coming. Collins still trying to put the set away. How long has this game been? That's a forehand in the net. Iga's prolonging it. It's advantage. Break point number 2 for Swiatek. She saved 4 set points in this game. 2 of those have come on double faults. Collins at the line. Swiatek trying to break. First serve, she finally gets it. That goes long. Collins has a good first serve when she's making it. She just hasn't been able to get it. Deuce. This is tense. Deuce number 5. Deuce number 5. Iga's like, no bakery on my watch. Yeah, we'll see. It's up and down right now. It's up and down at the moment. Do you guys think Collins is going to be able to serve it out here? It's close. I think it's so close. I don't know. I don't know if she's going to be able to serve it out. I reckon she gets the set because she's up 5-1, but back in Collins, that goes out. I'm leaning towards Swiatek breaks here because she's had 2 double faults. She just hasn't been able to close it. But she's either hitting like service winners or double faults, or like the lightest second serve you've ever seen. By the way, 9 minutes and 20 seconds played so far in this game. 9 minutes and 20 seconds playing this game so far. Crazy stuff at the moment. Let's see if Swiatek can at least stay close in the set. At least relatively close. Get it to 5-2. Swiatek is like no baker at my watch. That's a good way of putting it. Collins serve. Reckon Swiatek could at least get this game. That's a wild second serve. 3 double faults on that ad side. And it's 2-5 for Iga out of nowhere. Saves 4 set points. Is Collins going to be able to put this away? Just 1 break now. 1 break and 3 games separating them. What drama. What drama. Collins still the favorite to win the set for sure, but what drama. The golden arrow is great, but there's never been or will be a tennis player fault connection with than Axie is my all-time favorite. Matt, that's how I feel about with Federer. That's how I am with Roger. I mean, Roger wasn't just a favorite tennis player. He was like an idol. I would watch every Federer match. I would watch every Federer tournament. I don't know. It's just the whole thing, right? The Axie is the overwhelming favorite over Andres Gomez, Ecuador at 1981 French final, but Gomez overwhelmed Andre. Yeah, Andres Gomez. I got to see his son Emilio play at NCAAs. Emilio Gomez, on court right next to Steve Johnson when Steve Johnson had won like 70 consecutive college matches in a row. Which, by the way, the best Division I college players are like usually as good as like the lowest tier professional players, which is incredibly high level. So to be honest, winning 76 consecutive college matches is probably one of the technically best achievements in the history of tennis. Like, that is unbelievable. That is unbelievable. Even Johnny Mack, even McEnroe lost matches in college. Like, he lost a few of them. Had incredible connection to Axie too. I always want him to beat Sleepy Pete Sampras. Yeah. I like Sampras, but I liked Axie as well. I wasn't a Sampras fan. My dad loved Sampras. He told me recently he was the GOAT. Interesting. He definitely has stolen the all-time greats. Remember, that was a shock. Wimbledon, the first major Roland Garros was the one that complete Grand Slam. Yeah. Dad was more conservative by the book. I was more images, everything. Nice. That's going to get a lot of disagreement, but I think the 20 years with Connors then is the best of tennis. I don't care what the slam count is. That's a big call, Matt, but I like a hot take. Well, if you're here for like a super competitive era, you're not going to like the golden era as much because it has not been as competitive as almost any other era in tennis. It's been really competitive between those 3 guys, but outside of that. So yeah, the 80s on the men's side and the women's were, and then the 90s, much more competitive for sure between a lot of players. Foreign cross court, I do think the highest level has been between Federer, Nadal, Djokovic, Murray, Wawrinka. I think they have found some of the highest level, but I can understand that being a favorite more than something else. I wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of Collins. No. Love 15 for Collins here. Swiatek serving at 2-5, love 15. By the way, guys, don't forget to subscribe, Quality Shot Tennis. If you are new, we're going to be having 4 more streams happening later in the night. I'll be doing 2 of those. Anthony Hirsch here on the call. Hopefully, you guys join in for more. Big come on from Swiatek. A Collins-esque come on from Swiatek. 15 all. Collins S. Come on from Swiatek. 15 all. This would be a very compelling 5-3 game. In fact, even if this goes 3 sets, the 5-3 game might be the most compelling part of this match. If it wasn't already the 5-1 game. First serve in the net. Second serve here from Swiatek. So Swiatek, forehand to Collins. The forehand to Swiatek. Bit of a shank. Forehand to Collins. We're still at neutral, though. Forehand Collins. Forehand rally. Oh, what a shot from Swiatek. That was a great forehand. I don't know if she meant it. I don't know if it was the cleanest one. Like, I don't know if she meant to cut it that close, but 30-15 for Iga. She's frustrated with her box. I don't blame her. She shouldn't have been in this position in the first place, down 5-2. She's trying to do a comeback, though. Add Lendl to that list, too, Matt. Yeah, Ivan is underrated. People always forget Ivan. He's one of the greats. He's in so many crazy stats. He was so winning. Even if he didn't have the most majors. Since I lived through all that era, it's certainly just as good, in my opinion. Okay, Matt. Or, sorry. Okay, Robbie. Yeah. Some interesting takes there from both of y'all. Steffi Graf Golden Slam in 88 won't be beat. I mean, what was she, 19 years old? Had only won one major to that point? Like, that is crazy. She had won one major and one Olympics at that point. She wins all 4 in the Olympics again. Like, that is crazy. 30 all. Iga with a double fault. That's not... Iga fans aren't going to like that. Collins is 2 points away from taking this second set now. Once again. 2-5. Collins is clearly still the favorite to take the set with what the scoreline's at. First serve. Down the tee. That's a better return. How'd she get that good of a return? That was a safe buggy whip forehand. It looked like Collins was just going to absolutely hit a screamer, and it was either going to be an unforced error or a winner, but she decides to play it safe. As Swiatek is running the other way, and it's a beautiful shot down the line. Set point number 5. Set point cinco for Danielle Collins. Collins ready to return. 30-40. Swiatek at the line. Swiatek serve. I thought she made it. She missed it. I thought Collins just hit the most ridiculous return ever, but it was on and out. It was on and out serve. Second serve here from Iga. Doesn't want to double again. Serve back in Collins. The back end of Iga. Back in Collins. Trying to put the set away. Forehand Swiatek. What a clutch play from Iga Swiatek. We're back to deuce. We're back to deuce. Collins is so frustrated. You can see it in her face. You can see in her face. This has gotten dramatic. It's gotten epic. It's gotten intense. This is about as intense as you'll see at a 2-5 scoreline because Collins is just so gets so mentally down on herself and is so up and down, and Iga is Iga. So it's about as intense as you'll see at 1-5 and 2-5. We got another deuce game here. Serve Iga out wide. Collins nearly gets it, but hits it wide. Advantage for Swiatek. 3-5 isn't going to be any less interesting, by the way. Advantage for Iga here, Swiatek. Serve forehand Collins. Bit of a shank. Oh, that's a bad backhand from Iga. Poor. That was a poor backhand from Iga. She was in a winning position there. We're back at deuce. Deuce number 2. We've had a combination of 7 deuces in the last couple of games. We might still add on to that. Forehand Iga, that's a missile from Iga. That's about as hard as you'll see her hit the forehand. Advantage to Swiatek. Winner forehand down the line. Winner speed 131 kilometers. What is kilometers to miles? What is kilometers to miles? I'll look that up. Have to look that up. Advantage here for Iga. Kick serve, Swiatek, forehand Collins, inside in. That was a weak serve. And Collins stepped in and attacked it. Deuce number 3. These are never-ending deuce games right now at the moment. Big games. I mean, that one was over 10 minutes long. We might have another one on our hands. Back in Collins defending. Forehand of Swiatek. Oh, just hits the sideline. That was close, though. She cut it close. Too close. But you know what? That was a great winner. Still a great winner. Still a great winner. Game point now to get to 5-3 yet again. To get to 5-3 yet again. By the way, Zverev's at 3-3 with Klein in the trying to... He's 3 games away from being out of the tournament, though, to be fair. Ruud is up 5-2 in the third set on Purcell. Zverev would be the first really top men's seed out of the tournament. That was before Sells really made her mark. Yeah, another hot take. Sells would have had a better career than Graf if she had not been stabbed. Yeah, Matt, I mean, if Sells had the career trajectory she had to that point, she would have been the greatest player of all time. You can argue Serena, you can argue Navratilova. I mean, you can go argue a lot of other players. You go way back in the day as well, but Graf as well, obviously. Evert. But if Sells wasn't stabbed, then that's another great forehand bat down the line from Swiatek. If Sells wasn't stabbed, she could have been the greatest player to ever play the sport. And she played in quite an unorthodox way as well. That would have been amazing to watch if she was able to do that. All right, a game point at 5-3. Iga, stop playing around. Game point. Stop playing around, Swiatek. Stop playing around, Iga. Game point. She's got to put it away here, surely. Big serve, backhand. That goes out. That's a good serve from Iga. 5-3. No fist bump, just solid. You can see the frustration on Iga's face. By the way, Casper Ruud has a set point against Purcell to go up 2-1. Go up 2-1. We've had a lot of 5-set matches in the men's side. We could have another one with the Zverev and Ruud matches at the moment. Norrie is trying to come up from 2 sets left back against Zapiri. Mickelson and Lehechka are close as well. All of those could go 5 sets. Did Lehechka and Zapiri finish their third set? Yeah, Mickelson is up 2-1 on Lehechka. Let's go, Mickelson. Listen, people were clowning on Mickelson after the next gen finals. That's the guy with a lot of upside. Is Alex Mickelson. I think he's going to be rather good, actually. All right, we got 5-3 for Collins trying to serve this out. This is the most exciting. This is the most. We've had 2 long games just now. I said it at 5-1. If Swiatek breaks, 5-3 is going to be so interesting to see how Collins can step up. Forehand, that goes long. It's not a good start from Iga, though. 15 love. Collins is 3 points away. Collins has had 5 set points now? Collins has had 5 set points. Remember when I said Alcaraz to start at midnight, Matt? You called it. You called it, Matt. I'm going to have absolutely no break between my 3 streams. Alcaraz and Sonego is going to be close. I think that might not be straight sets, so I really might have to do all of them back to back. We'll see. What it is what it is. I do it for tennis. 30 love. Swiatek backhand goes wide, by the way. 30 love. That goes wide. You called it, though, Matt, for sure. Appreciate everybody in the chat, by the way. Joe, Matt, Robbie. What else we got in here? Ashley joined in. We had Ghost in here. Tilly. Ghost of Gerolitis with the goated username. Who else we got in here? We had Adam Genius in here. We had Joseph in here coming in here from Australia. Appreciate everybody who's joined in so far. 30 love. Collins is 2 points away. Surely. Now she puts us 3 sets. 2 hours and 12 minutes on the match clock. I believe that counts in the 18-minute delay. So really it should be, I can't do math, hour and 54 minutes, but still a very long couple sets, especially for sets that haven't gone to 5-5. That goes out. This is a bad return game from Swiatek. This reminds me of the Garcia United Cup match where Swiatek played a really bad returning set where it felt like she just wasn't making returns in play. And she played a better return game, saving some set points at 5-1, but Different story here. If this doesn't go 3 sets, Swiatek saves 8 set points. But I highly doubt that will happen. It's Collins at the line. Collins has got to be clutch though, because Swiatek is still not going to let it go. If you know Iga Swiatek, she's still not giving up on the set. It's a set point here for Collins. She's at the line with the serve. The forehand of Iga. That goes out. A lot of errors, a lot of return errors from Swiatek. We're going 3 sets. The upset is on. A little bit of an upset alert for Iga Swiatek from the player who beat her here 2 years ago. And Danielle Collins is playing at a top 10 level to me. She's playing really good ball. She finally clutches it out. Danielle, we're going 3, baby. That's it, Joe. We're going 3 sets. You better believe it. All right, I'm going to step off real quick. I'll be here for the third set. It's going to get fun. I'll be right back for this third one. All right. We're going 3 sets, guys. What's everyone's prediction for third set? Yeah, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Prediction for third set. Whoever gets it right in the chat, I'll shout you out. If you get the score right in the chat, I will shout you out. I'm gonna say Swiatek. Iga seems to be the more solid. Collins even had a tough time putting away that set, so I'm gonna go Swiatek. I'll say Iga just starts goating, just starts playing amazing. I'll say she wins 6-3. Iga 6-3. That's my prediction. Let me know your guys' prediction. I go Swiatek 6-3. Stay safe, Matt. Clicking off, guys, to change rooms. Going to finish this match, the room match, go to bed. All right, no problem. Alcar's going to finish probably close to 3 a.m. So due for ice storms. Yeah, all right. Stay safe, Matt. I'll see you later. So forehand return from Iga. Getting started up here, third set. Backhand to backhand rally. Another backhand. Now forehand of Iga. Cross court. The forehand of Collins. That goes out. 15 love for Swiatek. More stance of that stabbing instant didn't happen to her. I mean, I'll just say how I see it. I think she might have become the greatest player to ever live. I mean, she won 8 majors when she was a teenager. That is unheard of. That is unprecedented. And like Bjorn Borg won a lot of he went on this like a kind of absolute sprint of it on the men's side, and then he retired. Who knows? I mean, who knows if he would have won more majors after that? But that's a part of it. He retired. That was part of his career. So who knows what would have happened had Sells not been stabbed? But I really think that she would have had a GOAT career. And she still is one of the GOATs. Just with the career she did have. Iga in a super tie break. I would love that. 30 love here for Iga. I'm going 6-3. Let me know your predictions in the chat. I don't want to see predictions when it's like 5-3 Swiatek. Give me your predictions now. I'm going 6-3 Iga. Any and all predictions in the chat for this set. I'm going Iga 6-3. Super tiebreak would be insane. That would be the match of the tournament. It's a double fall from Iga, 30-15. By the way, both of the first 2 sets were way closer than scoreboard implies. I mean, 6-4 is relatively contested, but it was an hour long, and it was just Collins was up 3-1 in a break. It looked like Collins was going to take it. So 6-4 and 6-3, but some people might look at the scoreline and be like, oh, okay, well, Swiatek played a good set, Collins played a good set, but it's like, no, it was hotly contested from both in both of the sets. 4-8-15. First serve into the net. Big, but in the net from Swiatek. Second serve. Serve here from Swiatek. The forehand of Collins. That's a big return. Forehand heard all over the world. 40-30. When Collins is playing well, she's scary. And when Collins is playing at the Australian Open, she's playing well. So when Collins is at the Australian Open, she's scary. Like I said, these two literally have the same win percentage at the Australian Open. Like, Collins has made 2 semifinals here. She seems to pick it up at this tournament. Which is a bit weird because she's American. She's not Australian, but she must love these courts. Whatever it is, something about it. 1-0 for Swiatek, by the way. She gets to hold. 1-0 for Swiatek. What is happening in the Zverev and Ruud matches at the moment? Klein has game point to push it 5-5 in the 4th set. He's up 2-1 on Zverev. 5-5 in the 4th set. He's up 2-1. Klein is 2 games away from the win there. Potentially. Ruud is up 2-1, 30 all on his serve. Come on, Danielle. Let's rock and roll. I feel you. Marcus, when I started reading your comment, I was sure you were just going to keep it all Danielle all the way through. I wanted you to be confident about Danielle's win. Manifest the Collins win. I thought that's what you were doing. But yeah, Iga likely is still a big favorite in this match. Absolutely. She's won what? How many matches in a row? 17 matches in a row. But yeah, let's see what Danielle can do. I want to see it keep being close. It's always more fun when the underdog has something to say. Collins trying to do just that. Serve. First serve goes long. Second serve. Second serve here from Collins. Serving the forehand of Swiatek, forehand of Collins. The forehand of Swiatek. Oh, that catches. Collins leaves it, but it catches it. Love 15. Remember that if Swiatek breaks here. That would have been tough to return anyway because it was such a good shot, but love 15. By the way, Purcell's got a break point on Rude. Nope, Rude just saved it. Deuce. Love 15. Love 15 here. Serve Collins out wide. That goes out. What's happening to the other matches? Is it still raining? I believe so, because Nori's match is still not being played. Lehechka and Mickelson are still not playing. So, yeah, I think it's still too wet to play. Backhand down the line. Iga should have made it, but she hits it long. 15 all. Iga doesn't look like Iga. She looks way more frustrated than I've seen Iga look in a hot minute on the court. Like, even when she was playing against Caroline Garcia, lost a set, not like this. When she lost a set against Garcia in Beijing, not like this. I can't even remember other matches where she's lost a set recently, but this is the most kind of frustrated and kind of I've seen Iga look on a court in a while. Serve, backhand. Yeah, it's a backhand Iga should be making. Iga looks rattled. She looks like she doesn't want to be out there. 30-15. Did Iga use the bathroom break earlier before starting the third set? Yeah. Yeah, it was a bathroom break before. But even coming up back on court, she just looks rattled. That's a backhand in the net. That's a return she shouldn't be making. You know what? You know what it is about Iga Swiatek? Usually she's like in the first set she can struggle, but usually she's figuring it out around the third set. Right now she's just struggling. So Collins out the line, 40-15. Serve Collins, the backhand of Swiatek, backhand of Collins. The forehand of Swiatek. It's a great forehand. The two winners she's had in this game have been a beauty, though. Swiatek is dictating at the moment. In this game, at least. Every point in this game has either been a winner or an unforced error from Swiatek. Still a game point for Collins. For the American. Serve from Collins. That goes wide. Goes wide. Serve, kick the back of Swiatek. That's a great return from Iga Swiatek. That's an Iga return. A little bit of a fist bump. I don't know. You can't read these players' mind. I don't know what's going on in Iga's mind, but she must be frustrated a little bit. It was always going to be hard for Iga with this draw, but let's see if she can at least kind of push away in this third set. Says 2 hours and 29 minutes on the match clock, but it's really about 2 hours and 11 minutes, which is still long. Serve Collins out wide backhand, forehand to Swiatek. Backhand now defending. Swiatek lob way up high. It's a great lob. Backhand of Collins. The backhand of Swiatek. Back cross court. Aggressive. Backhand just clears the net of Collins. That goes out. That's a great neutralizing shot from Collins because she was in a bit of a pinch there. Collins was in a pinch and she gets out of it. Advantage. This match is crazy. This match is chaotic, huh? This match is crazy. Iga definitely gets flustered against certain players, Joe. Yeah, I feel that against Ostapenko as well. Maybe it's this kind of player, Ostapenko, Danielle Collins, Rybakina in a different kind of way as well. These kind of players that can really trouble Swiatek. Serve down the tee is an ace. 1-1. We are going to get a highly contested third set. Won a match. Won the matches of the tournament, probably. Very fun stuff. Probably one of the matches of the tournament we're watching at the moment. Who knows which way it's going to go. Swiatek does look flustered. I would agree. I would agree. This match deserves an epic finish. I don't mind who wins, Joe. I agree. I agree. This match has been epic so far. It says 6-4, 6-3, but really it's more like 7-5, 7-6. Like those sets were really close. This match deserves an epic finish. I agree. Be a bit of a shame if we don't get that. Swiatek ready to serve. Collins is waiting for the crowd or something, by the way. All right, serve here from Iga. Serve Iga out wide, forehand Collins, the forehand of Swiatek. That goes long, and Collins is looking to do something here. Love 15. Thing about Austin has to. She places shots better than almost anyone else and with strength. Yeah. Marcus, Ostapenko is just that. Like, Ostapenko has one of the highest peak levels on the tour. She's like a Rybakina. Like, Rybakina and Ostapenko have, like, in my mind, the highest peaks on the tour. Rybakina just does it more consistently. But they're still just both not quite as consistent as Swiatek, who definitely isn't as aggressive as either of them, but she's just more kind of consistent. By the way, Zverev's going to a tiebreaker. What is Rude doing? Zverev's a tiebreaker away from being out of the tournament. In fact, Klein is up a mini break. Forehand of Swiatek. That goes out. Love 30. Purcell is up 3-0 on Casper, by the way, in the fourth set. I don't like that. I don't like that. Penko is my favorite player to watch when she's on form. Me too. Me too. I love Penko. I love Penko, Joe. I love Penko. Love 30. There's a chance for Collins here. Serve down the tee. That's a good serve from Iga. 15-30. Dare I say, the crowd is getting very excited when Collins is winning this. There's a bit of a balance, right, for like the crowd rooting on a player, because when Collins is they always the underdog as a crowd naturally, because you want an epic match. But once the underdog is at like 5-4, maybe suddenly they start cheering for the other player. Like, crowds are annoying. They're not always honest. They're like, let's go. Oh, actually, I'm just kidding. Now I want the other player because they're losing. So we'll see. We'll see if the crowd is really this far behind Collins. We'll kind of see that if she gets a lead. Back in Collins. What a return of serve. Her best of the match so far. Give me shades of 2022 in Australia. Swiatek is so frustrated because she had Ostapenko at U.S. Open. Now that she has a Danielle Collins who's playing top 10 level in Australia, and she's like, man. By the way, if Swiatek does escape this, then she might have Ostapenko later in this tournament as well. So this is a tough. Swiatek is in a bit of a pinch in this Australian Open. The way her draw has been given to her. Forehand Collins looking to break here. Forehand Swiatek. Swiatek is looking a little bit off it. Back in swing volley. Collins is there somehow. Back in lob way up high. Smash. Put away. Solid as solid you like. Solid as you like. And Iga with the smash. Put away. Danielle, wow, yeah. Crazy. What's the Sasha score? Yeah, let me give it to you. Let me give it to you. Here. Sasha's out 1-3 down. Klein is 4 points away from taking it. He's out in a mini break. That's a huge upset. Zverev out of the tournament. I'm not surprised, to be honest, though, because Zverev always underperforms on Australian Open. I don't know why a lot of people thought he was going to do well. Like, if you look at his Australian Open record, he's lost to so many players that he had no right losing to. He's made one semifinal here. That's a complete outlier from Roland Garros and Australian Open. Breakpoint here for Collins. Another one. Oh, what a return of serve from Danielle Collins. 2-1. Are you kidding me? From the Australian, there's a smile from Iga, because Iga hit one of the best serves of the match. I think that was the second serve. Iga hit her best second serve of the match, and that was the best return of serve you'll see in the whole tournament. From Danielle Collins, she's up 2-1. Are we seeing an upset here? Zverev's almost out on the men's side, and more importantly, Iga's almost out on the women's side. Crazy. Thanks, yeah, no problem. Wow, I missed both players. Max, came back to AO 2022 when Rafa won also our Ash Barty, yeah. Yeah, Rafa and Barty, man. I hope Barty comes back. We were robbed of a rivalry there between that was the best return to serve in the whole tournament. That was insane. I mean, you're not going to see a much better return to serve than that. That was insane. That was perfectly struck. It was abnormal. It was at the moment in which she hit it, it was just a fist bump, not even a come on afterwards, just a look to her box. Danielle Collins is coming in with something. I think she thinks she's going to win this match, and I don't blame her. Collins, yeah, mind blowing, huh? Penko's grunts remind me of Elena Dementova's. Oh, Dementiva's goated. Elena Dementova couldn't hit a serve to save her life, but I love Ruud and want him to win just to prove his haters wrong. Yeah, I love Ruud. Casper is my second favorite men's player behind Sinner at the moment. That's true. Murray as well, but Murray's just not winning very much. But yeah, Elena Dementova couldn't get a serve in to save her life, but she was some. Man. By the way, Zverev score. He got the mini break back. He's trying to come back there. All right, it's Collins up at 2-1 here in the third set. Might be a massive upset brewing here between Swiatek and Collins. First serve goes out from Collins. It was not easy for Collins to finish that second set, so we expect more of the same here. But let's see. Serve. Back in Swiatek. That's a great return serve as well. Pretty much two perfect returner serves back-to-back from either player. By the way, 4-4 in this Zverev match. In the tiebreaker. Me too, Joe. I hope Rafa's at his best form for the next term he chooses to play. Yeah, I thought he looked really good for his first event back in Brisbane. He just needs to be healthy. I reckon he'll try to play the Sunshine double. We'll see how he does. Get some match play in for Monte Carlo. Back in cross court. Back in Iga. Forehand to Collins. The forehand of Iga. That goes out. Iga looks not like herself, and Collins is playing amazing. 15-all. 15-all. In fact, let's look at the stats. I mean, I can say what I want to say, but let's look at the stats so far in this match. So, first serve percentage, not even that good for Collins, but she's winning 65% first serve points. Break points saved, about the same for either player. Winners to errors. I mean, the stats don't seem like it's very high level, but it's been fun to watch. Backhand Swiatek, the forehand to Collins. Oh, she had it, and she just mishits it. She had a forehand inside in, hits it wide. She hits it wide. Iga talking to the ump about something. I'm not sure what. The ump looks disgusted. I don't know what Swiatek said, but. Oh, Iga asked for the out calls to be turned up a bit in volume, which is kind of strange. She said she can't hear the out calls for them to be turned up. Makes sense, I guess. Forehand Iga. The forehand in the net. 30-all for Collins. This is a big, big game here. By the way, Zverev with a set point to push it 5 sets. Keep an eye on that. Purcell is still up a break on Ruud in his match. Those two could play each other later. I said that Zverev would lose to Ruud later in the tournament. That was my prediction. Zverev almost losing to Klein, but Ruud is almost losing to Purcell. So, my Purcell-Klein match instead. Yeah, Zverev gets out of a really tricky spot. He wins the set. Zverev adds yet another 5-setter on the men's side. It looks like Ruud Purcell is going 5 sets as well. Men's side is never ending 5 sets, but almost no seed is losing. Not like the women's. 30-all here. Swiatek forehand. The backhand of Collins. That hits the tape. Goes over, though, somehow. Back in Collins. Cross court. Just over the net. Back in Swiatek. Staying in. Backing down the line. I have a feeling Collins might win this match. There's something about Danielle Collins in this match. Even in the first set, she lost the first set. She was right back to business in the second set, 5-1. She wasn't fist bumping. She's not doing crazy come on like usual. She's just so solid, head down. and she's been playing top 10 level. Iga isn't looking like herself. Iga's win streak, you know, outside the Roland Garros last year, Iga wasn't that consistent at the slams. She's not getting to semis final each time. Australia has been her worst major so far, you could argue, outside of Wimbledon. Collins might take this. I'm really starting to think that Collins might take this. Chad, am I crazy for that? I think Collins might take it. I'm starting to change my mind. But Collins will have to really, really take it. Backhand down the line. That's a good shot from Iga, though. I'm not going quite there yet. But if she holds here, I might start going that direction. Deuce. 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 This is a big game, though, for the outcome of this match. Big, big game. Big game. Swiatek look on return. She's looking to pounce. Second set, she was not good out on return at all. That was a wild first serve from Collins, by the way. Almost 3 hours played. Won the matches of the tournament. No doubt. That goes out. Advantage. Advantage for Swiatek to break back. Serve from Danielle. Big point. Serve down the tee. Forehand. Iga gets it. Backhand. Cross court to the backhand of Iga. Back cross court. Back in Collins. Down the line. Has that down the line down pat. She has that down line down pat. And there's the big come on from Danielle Collins. She knew how big of a moment that is. You know what? I'm going to say it. I'll say it. I'm pretty gutsy with my predictions sometimes. I think Collins is going to win this tennis match. I'm going to say it now. I think Collins is winning this. I don't have a big pick either way. I just hope that we have an epic conclusion to this match, honestly. But I'm going to say, I think Collins is going to win this. There's something about her from the first set that is just like, I haven't really seen Collins like this. That's a big backhand cross court. She yells, come on. You're definitely not crazy, but I still think a super tiebreak. All right, we'll see, Joe. We'll see, Joe. Super tiebreaker would be crazy. You called it if we do see it. You call if we do see it. I said 6-3 Iga. I've completely changed my tune here, the way Collins has started off here. Collins here at game point. That is my prediction now. We'll see. Serve Collins. The forehand to Swiatek. Forehand to Collins. Bit of a miss hit. Forehand Swiatek. That's in the net. 3-1 for Collins with the fist bump. She's at 3-1. If we get a super tiebreak, I'll gift a member. All right, Joe. I appreciate it. That'd be epic. That'd be epic. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships as well yesterday. It's so appreciate it, honestly. And thank you for joining in. You would have called it. I'll remember that. As soon as the tiebreaker starts, Joe, I'll be right on it. I'll be right on it. You called it. Let's see what Collins can do. She is looking scary right now. She's looking scary right now. By the way, guys, don't forget to like the video if you haven't already. It really helps out the channel. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you are new. We'll be here for the Alcaraz match right after this. I'll be doing the Alcaraz match right after this as well. David has a couple matches later on in the day as well. I will also be doing the Runa match way late at night, so I'm excited for that too. Runa taking on young, talented Frenchman Arthur Kazal, trying to prove himself, show himself to the world. All right, serve here from Swiatek. Let's see what Iga can do. Try to come back. So Swiatek, she hits it long. Second serve. Forehand Collins absolutely goes after it, but she hits it well wide. 15 love. Might as well, though. That's what's been working. Like I said, these two are 4-1 in their head-to-head. Swiatek is 4-1 against Collins. But the one that Collins did win was in the semifinals of Australia 2 years ago. Collins is 62 in the world. She's really dropped down the rank. She's very much up and down, but she has a 75% win rate at this tournament, 2 semifinals, including obviously the final. Forehand in the net from Iga. Iga, this is not a good performance from Iga Swiatek. Since her win streak started, this is the worst Iga performance I've seen, the most unlike Iga performance I've seen from Swiatek since that U.S. Open, where she lost to Ostapinko. I've seen comparisons before, Ostapinko and Collins. These are not players that Iga likes playing. First serve goes wide, second serve. It's rattling Swiatek. Worried about the Collins double faults late in the match? Yes, true. To finish it off, I am too, Joe. The double faults, the nervy shots. That's a double fault from Iga, though, 15-30. I'm worried about the double faults, the nerves coming into play. The thing that made me cross that threshold, it was running through my mind when I switched my prediction from Swiatek to Collins there, was, well, first of all, she got over the hump in the second set, just barely, but she still did it. It's always harder to do the first time. And that wasn't even the first time. She beat Swiatek in a much bigger match, or in a big match at the semifinals here 2 years ago. So she's done it before. That made me go over the line with Collins there. The fact that she's done it before and she did it in the second set, but it's going to be tough. It will be compelling. Iga needs to keep this just one break, though, you would think. Second set, she got a break back, but it was too late. Oh, that's a net cord. That is an evil net cord. The net is not a fan of Iga, and I can't tell you why. Because Iga seems like a lovely person, and she's such a great player. But the net court decided she's going to go the way of Danielle Collins. And it's 15-40, 2 break points for Danielle. 2 break points for Danielle Collins. Please don't let this match fizzle out. Yeah, I would love an epic finish to this match. Let's see what Iga can do. But it's 15-40. Net court right down the center of the court goes the way of Collins. Serve from Swiatek. Down the tee, back into Collins. The forehand. Swiatek hits the tape. Goes over. Back in Swiatek, rally still going. Forehand, chip, back in Swiatek, comes to net to the forehand though. Buggy whip, back in volley, that's clutch. I didn't love the approach, but that was clutch with the volley, 30-40. Collins arguably should have done more with the pass. She had a cross-court opening, in my opinion, but either way, that was going to be tough, and Iga was clutch at the net. But, man, that was a second net court in a row. That got me nervous for Iga. Not a great approach. She had that cross-court, but Iga with a good volley. 30-40. Break point number 2. Can't stress how big this moment is. Overstress. Forehand. The forehand of Collins. Forehand Swiatek. That's a wild forehand. And look at what's happening. Look at what's happening at the Australian Open, because the number 1 seed in Iga Swiatek, her win streak might be coming to an end. She lost to Ostapinko at the U.S. Open when she was up a set, and Collins is looking to do the same. Collins is looking to do the same. Wow. Are you kidding me? This is crazy. Swiatek. Collins played so crazy. I remember that match. To be honest, at that time when Collins beat Swiatek, I wasn't following the women's game as closely as I have been following the last couple of years. But I remember that it was like one of the first times I really, really sat down to watch the Swiatek match. And I was like, or the quarterfinals really. And I was like really impressed with Iga. And then Collins completely out-hit Iga off the court. And I was just like, this girl, like Collins, hit 27 winners and 13 unforced errors. She didn't miss a second serve return throughout the whole match. Swiatek only managed to win 14% of second serve points because of how well Danielle was hitting the ball. Swiatek had 12 errors, but it was Collins fully dictating. We're seeing some of the same things. Swiatek doesn't like playing these players. Wow, Collins is on a mission. Collins is on a mission. I wonder if Danielle can stay mentally clutch, Max. And that's the question of the hour. That's the question of the hour, Max. By the way, once again, guys, don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Quality Shot Tennis. 4-1 for Collins, the first seed in Swiatek. Wow. It is absolute massive upset alert for her. By the way, Ruud and Purcell are playing a 5 sets. The amount of 5-set matches on the men's side is absolutely ridiculous. It is ridiculous. So many 5 sets, and like 5-set matches abound, and only 5 seeds have gone out. That is crazy. All right, we're starting. I was about to say we're starting off the 3rd set. That makes no sense. Collins here to serve out 4-1. I just can't believe what's going on. Just can't believe what's going on, to be honest. Collins is a beast, yeah. Collins is playing crazy. Collins playing crazy. Absolute beast out there for sure. Swiatek backhand. Swiatek backhand. That just catches the baseline, and it's love 15. It was really compelling in the second set. Iga is going to put up a fight. Like, listen, you saw the match against Krejcikova in, what was it, Ostrava, I believe. You saw the match against Sabalenka in Madrid. Even if Collins pulls this out, Swiatek is going to make her absolutely have to work for it. You know that. Backhand Swiatek, the backhand of Collins. Backhand Swiatek, the backhand of Collins on defense. Ooh, that goes in the net. Love 30. Iga's looking like she's going to at least get this one break back. That's how it's looking. By the way, Klein has a break point in the fifth set against Zverev. How well is Klein playing at the moment? That's crazy. Wow. Rude and Zverev currently in 5-setters. Rude and Zverev in 5-setters. By the way, I have interesting kind of thing to say about the Rude. That's a forehand in the net. It's looking like Swiatek's going to at least get one break back in quite the hurry here. I hope Danielle isn't getting anxious of her leading at the moment. Yeah, I think so, Max. I think she is. I think she is getting nervous, kind of similar to what we saw in the second set, huh? Love 40. Love 40. This is tense as tense comes, I tell you what. First serve in the net. I can barely watch. A lot of more hope for Swiatek. That's a double fall in the net, 4-2. That's very poor. By the way, if Iga wins this Australian Open title, remember her being down 4-1, Danielle Collins serving up a double break. It's 4-2, Swiatek serving. That's not impossible. It's far from impossible. Crazy. Let me know in the chat, who's winning this match? Is it going to be Swiatek with a comeback, or is Collins going to finish it? Let me know. I want to see names in the chat. I just want to see Swiatek Collins. Who is winning this match? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat who's winning this match. I go Collins. I'm sticking with Collins. I said Swiatek initially, but I'm going to stick by Collins. But let's see. I'm going to say Collins gets the upset. Hey, what's up, Manor? Hey, my Anthony, what's up? What's up? Good to have you in here. Danielle should get the hang of it. She defeated Iga 2 years ago at the AO. Yes, exactly. Should hang in there. Yes. That should give her a lot of confidence. Pick a number between 1 and 70. 63. Let's see what that's about. Iga at the line at 2-4. First serve, that goes long. Second serve. Second serve here. This is the finish I wanted. Exactly, Joe. That's the finish we deserve. That's the finish we're gonna get in one of the best matches of the year so far. Backhand Collins down the middle. That's backhand that's too much pace for the backhand Swiatek, who kind of blocks it back. Goes well wide. Love 15. Love 15 here. Collins looking for the upset. By the way, deja vu. How crazy is it if 2 years apart, Danielle Collins beat Swiatek twice at the Australian Open? Serve here from Iga. That goes long. Second serve. Iga's got to clutch up. Forehand Collins just catches the baseline. That's in the net again. Can you believe it if Danielle Collins breaks right back at love 30? Some crazy returning. By the way, Rude and Zverev have the exact same scores in their matches at the moment. Tied up 2 sets apiece, 1-1, and it's 15 love. Zverev now at love 30 over Klein. Rude is at 15 love at 1-1. Love 30. Swiatek serving. That goes long. Second serve. Super tiebreak. We'll see, Joe. Super tiebreak. It's the finish we deserve. Danielle Collins trying to do a 6-2 set, though. How crazy would that be? Reminds me of the Ostapinko match. First serve, Jess catches the line. Backhand big into the forehand. Swiatek. That goes long. Iga with a weird performance for her, to be completely honest. This is not like Iga usually. Collins with 3 break points, and can you believe it? She's about to be pulling off by far the biggest upset of the women's side. We've had a lot of seeds go out, but not a seed who has been in such great form. Like, we haven't seen Coco, Elena, Arena, or Iga go out, or Jessica Pegula. So we could have the by far the biggest upset of the tournament so far. 1540 as Danielle floats a return long. This is so tense, I tell you what. This is tense. The tension is palpable. It's palpable. I literally can't watch. I don't remember feeling like this on a stream, but it is so tense. Serve from Iga. Out wide, forehand of Collins. The forehand of Iga. Back into Collins. The backhand of Iga. That's a great shot from Iga. Iga Swiatek doing Iga Swiatek things. I would have liked a bit of a come on or a fist bump from there, though. Iga needs to pick up the energy. She needs to be fully in this. She's jumping up a bit before the serve. One more coming, though. One is all it takes. That's why it's so big when you have 3 break chances. Because even if it gets to 30-40, you still have that chance. You still have a chance. Break point number 3. That's a great serve from Iga. There's the come on deuce. Iga looks so calm out there. I guess that's why she's world number 1. Pick another number between 1 and 100. Anthony Quick. Okay, your number is 63. If Iga lose, I'll donate 63. Oh, Manor, I really appreciate good luck. Okay. I appreciate it, Manor. Thank you so much for potential donation. I appreciate always with any donations. I think you're right. Anthony Collins looks like she got this. Yeah, I really started feeling something. I was surprised by how quickly I knew she was so confident with the levels she showed in the first set and also her win over Iga 2 years ago that she probably wasn't going to let it go completely and she was going to make it close in the second set. But how quickly and how just stone cold she showed up at the start of the second set, I started thinking, hey, Collins might have a chance. But I still picked Iga. But then the way Collins started off that third set and how just aggressive and ruthless she was, I was like, she really might take this. So that's why I changed my tune. I said Iga 6-3, and then once Collins saved that break point, I believe at 2-1 serving, I was like, she might take this. Deuce here for Swiatek. Collins on the return. Swiatek has saved 3 break points. Serve out wide, forehand Collins. That catches the baseline. Right from the net. That's awkward. Backhand put away. Cross court. Wow. I can't believe what I just saw. Iga almost stopped there. She thought Collins' return was out. Behind the baseline, 5-minute long game. We've had some marathon games here. Wow, this shot from Swiatek, it is not what she almost hit a drop shot. Swiatek basically hit a drop shot there by accident by hitting a weird kind of buggy whip miss hit off of the Collins return on the baseline. Zverev up a break against Klein the 5th set, by the way. That's in the net. Swiatek saves 3 break points. That is massive. Collins frustrated at her box. Really the first time I've seen Collins mouthing off to her box, which is not a good sign. 4-3. 4-3. Maybe not the first time I've seen it, but the first time I've seen it to that extent. She said like a quick word, but there she really looked frustrated looking at her box, but she still looks locked in. It's 4-3. Clutch, Joe. Yeah, clutch from Iga. Iga as clutch comes. Danielle needs to control her emotions. Yes, especially in this next game. Well, really, if she holds at 5-4 or at 5-3, man, this could get crazy, huh? Appreciate everybody joining in. It's fun watching a match like this and 18 people watching me lose my mind watching such a tense match. So appreciate everybody joining in, watching me lose my mind. What a match, yeah. 4-3. Because it is so tense. I really can barely watch. This is the most tense I've felt on a stream. So wondering how Danielle will play this game on her serve heat of the moment. Heat of the moment. Yeah. Crazy stuff. By the way, Ruud and Purcell are locked into one. I knew it. I said it earlier in the stream. I said it. Ruud and Purcell was like one of the matches I most wanted to watch today. In fact, I'm going to open it on my end just so I can watch a little bit. My focus will be on this one. But I wanted to call that one because I had the biggest gut feeling that was going to be close. And it's turned out to be that way. Rude and Purcell seems like it's great. Match is getting tense for Anthea. It's getting tense. 4-3. It really is. Serve here from Collins. She's at the line. 4-3. First serve goes wide. Second serve. First serve. Backhand down the line. What a shot from Iga. Love 15. This could get close. This is such an amazing match. This is one of those matches, huh? Really good match so far. Love 15. 13th backhand winner of the match for Iga, by the way. Serve Collins. She wants a big one. She gets it, but that's a good return from Iga. Backhand. Ooh, she misses it, I believe. Love 30. Now warning signs for Danielle Collins. Honestly. Warning signs, red alert for Danielle Collins at love 30. Man, Danielle Collins serving at 4-1. Up a double break. Collins at 4-2 up love 40 on Swiatek serve. These are moments that would live on in eternity if Swiatek could somehow have a deep run at this tournament. But she has a long ways to go till then. Collins still up a break. 15-30. 15-30. Crazy, crazy match it's turning out to be. 15-30 here. Collins serve. Down the tee. Forehand Swiatek. That stays deep. Forehand Swiatek. Oh, Collins guesses too early, and Swiatek goes the other way, down inside in. 15-40. Collins is now getting emotionally frustrated. Man, how is Collins ever going to come back from this if she can't finish this off? This is one of those matches. Kind of reminds me of Madison Keys having a chance against Sabalenka. This feels like a semifinal. We're in the second round. Are you kidding me? We're in the second round. This feels like a semifinal. It reminds me of that Keys Sabalenka. 30-40. One more break point coming. It's a good serve from Collins. It's getting tense, though. I appreciate everybody joining in, though. Joe, Maynor, Max N. Appreciate everybody in here. Appreciate everybody in here. Collins serve. The forehand, Swiatek down the middle. Forehand Collins. No, she gets in the net. Second break in a row for Iga. Iga Swiatek. Iga freaking Swiatek. 4-4. This is the end that we deserve for a match like this. I wouldn't be surprised if Iga wins the match at this point. No. But tennis is so unpredictable, it is. Okay, well, here we go. And we play. 4-4 for Collins on the return. Don't really know what Collins is. Collins, I think, halting for the crowd. Iga's ready to serve. I wouldn't mind adding some drama element to this as well. Iga got the line to serve at 4-4. And if I thought it was tense before, it's about to get more tense. Joe, you called it third if it gets super tiebreak. That goes the long. Swiatek is in the lead. Iga Swiatek is in the lead. By the way, Casper Ruud is at 3-2 up on Purcell. Klein is trying to stay close to Zverev, who's up a break in the fifth. Serve out wide, back in Collins. The forehand of Swiatek. Oh, that's a great forehand. Iga seems like she's picked up her game. She's playing more loose. 30 love. 30 love. Oh, how could I count out Iga Swiatek? How could I have ever counted out Iga Swiatek, huh? Last mistake I ever made. Blow for blow. This is like Sugar Ray versus Hagler, Joe. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I can say it better myself. Absolute blow for blow. That was a killer forehand there. 30 love. Guy in the crowd who caught the ball is excited, by the way. A bit too excited. Like, it's a good match, but calm down, my man. 40 love. It's turned out to be a great match. It's turned out to be a great match. Like I said, last year, 6-0, 6-1 for Swiatek in Doha. 6-1, 6-0 for Iga Swiatek in Cincinnati. Revenge wins. From that win where Collins denied Swiatek an Australian Open semifinal with the best performance of Collins' career. Now Swiatek trying to get one more win, but it's in a closer fashion. She gets the 5-4 with a forehand in the net from Collins. I can't even imagine what's going on in Danielle Collins' head at the moment. I'm sure she wants to be like Marcos Bagdatis and break about 4 or 5 rackets at the moment. Wow. Wow. Come on, Danielle, make this go 5-5. Danielle, yeah. Danielle, this is going to be super tiebreak. By the way, guys, don't forget to subscribe to Quality Shot Tennis. We have 4 more streams to go. We're doing streams all through the Australian Open. I'll be doing more match calls as well. Appreciate everybody's joining in so far. Always like talking the tennis. If you're just joining in, I said Swiatek would win the set 6-3, and then just about when Collins got the break, I really said, you know what? I kind of think Collins might do the upset here. I'm not one to really do so many turns, so I'm gonna stick with my Collins call, but yeah. I'm gonna stick with Collins because I got changed my prediction, but my initial prediction was Iga 6-3, which did not come to fruition. Anthony, you cursed Danielle. Yeah, maybe. Jinxed her. Cheater's gonna cheat. No, Iga's not cheating, but it's a crazy comeback from her. Anthony, yeah, I didn't try to jinx her. I did not try to jinx her. But yeah, Iga with a crazy comeback. Collins. We got some Collins fans in the chat. We got some Iga fans in the chat. I'm mostly just pulling for an epic match. I always tend to root for the underdog, but I'm just glad we're seeing such a good match. This is a crazy comeback if we see one. I do like Collins as well. Serve here from Collins up 4-5. Anthony's a warlock to curse someone? Yeah. Maybe. Serve here from Collins. I jinxed her, I think is a better word. Serve out wide, forehand Swiatek, backhand Collins. I don't think she's going to give in easy, though, Collins. Backhand down the line. Forehand Swiatek just defending. Forehand, we've had some great rallies in this match. Forehand down the line is great from Iga. Backhand more defensive. Forehand Iga. Oh, it's the tape goes over. Collins runs up. I can't believe this point. Backhand cross court. Are you joking me with that? Love 15. Are you joking me with that? Love 15. Love 5. Love 5. By the way, Klein is on love 40. He's got 3 break points. The breaks are back in the 5th set. Nori is back playing as well, by the way, on the outside courts, which is good that the outside courts aren't wet anymore. Love 15. Swiatek is 3 points away from an absolute steal of a match. One of the matches of the year so far. And one of the matches of the tournament, bar none. Forehand, the backhand of Collins. But that's down the line. That's beautiful. I mean, even if you're not talking about the level of the match, which has been really high in my opinion, just the situation of the match is so crazy. Crazy in itself. So crazy. If you're a tennis fan, then all your eyes are on one court and one court only. Backhand to the backhand of Swiatek. Backhand. Forehand of Collins. That's in the net. Wow, that's in the net, and it's 15-30 and two set points. The camera is still doing on the replay, but I think Collins is right back at the line. Collins is quick back to the line here. Man, 15-30, 2-0, but she's 2 points away from this match. 15-30. Serve Collins, first serve is wide. First serve is wide. What a big match in the career of Iga Swiatek, trying to get to her first Australian Open final. Down such crazy situations. Backhand of Collins, the backhand of Iga. Forehand Collins. Collins not out yet, though. And that goes wide. Swiatek looks like she's just taking a stroll in the park. Even when she was down 1-4 and Collins was serving. Even when she was down 4-2, love 40. Collins a point away 3 times from being down up 5-2, serving for the match up a double break. Swiatek was just looking like she was taking a stroll in the park. And that is why she is world number one. She has shocked me, and what an incredible moment. First serve is out from Collins. By the way, Collins looking pretty calm out there as well, which I'm sure all the emotions will come out if she loses this. Second serve. She catches the ball toss. Man, this is tense. Serve. Collins, the backhand of Swiatek down the line. That's a great return. Backhand's defensive. Backhand sweep volley. Right back to Collins, though. Backhand with a high smash. Right back to Collins again. Backhand. I can't believe this. Collins somehow survives. But, I mean, listen, if her being, like, listen, I already heard, I can't believe she won that point. She was so close to being out of the match. I have no words. It's not over yet, Max. It looked over. It's not over yet. That is unbelievable. I thought it was an amazing comeback from Swiatek. If Collins can pull this out. Wow, another saved. Another saved with a great serve from Collins. I just cannot believe what I'm watching right now. Unbelievable, in fact. We're back to deuce. It was that first match point. That first match point, the lobs, the swinging volley. I couldn't believe Swiatek missed that opportunity. Backhand cross court, the backhand of Swiatek. Backhand Collins, the forehand of Swiatek. Forehand of Collins, cross court, forehand of Swiatek. Backhand Collins, the backhand of Swiatek. Forehand Collins with a chance to step in. She does. Swiatek puts her racket in, but it's not touching that. Collins with an 85 miles per hour plus forehand, probably. Advantage to Collins. That was a huge forehand swing. If anyone likes boxing, yeah, it's not over yet. Reminds me so much of Sugar Ray versus Hogler. One minute you think of Sugar Ray, then you think Hogler. Then you think Sugar Ray, then you think Hogler. That's why, yeah, I like boxing and like UFC stuff too. Like, it's like that. It really is like a fight, especially with the style of play Collins has. Collins again catching the ball ties, just trying to kill me. Collins serve. We're 3 hours in, by the way. Possibly one of the matches of the year. We might be getting into that territory. Certainly a good one. Certainly a good one. Certainly one of the matches of the tournament. Forehand Collins. That goes long, and it's deuce. And it's deuce. Max, Sugar Ray Leonard. I searched up Sugar Ray and I was found a rock band. I love Sugar Ray, but that's not. Yeah, that's somebody else. That's something else. We're at deuce. I can't believe that Iga doesn't already have the match won. I also can't believe that Collins doesn't already have the match won. Somehow we're still going here, and the score is 4-5 deuce. Serve out wide, forehand, Swiatek. Backhand Collins, that's well wide. Another match point coming. As Danielle Collins steps in and steps into the ball right off the rise and hits a wild backhand. Very low percentage, but that's Danielle Collins' middle name. By the way, guys, once again, don't forget to subscribe Quality Shot Tennis. I'll be here for more streams. Anthony Hersher on the call for Quality Shot Tennis. And don't forget to like the video as well if you enjoyed it. It's a serve from Collins. That's in the net. Second serve. I mean, come on. Second serve. Fully silent in the stadium. Serve. The backhand of Swiatek. Cross court. Backhand Collins. Just crosses the net. Backhand Collins again down the line. She's going for it. Forehand Collins on the slide. Forehand Collins. Inside out. The backhand of Swiatek. Backhand Collins to the backhand of Swiatek. Backhand Collins to the backhand slide of Swiatek. Backhand Collins to the forehand of Swiatek. What a rally. Drop shot. Gutsy. Backhand Swiatek down the line. Swiatek with one of the most amazing comebacks you might see on the women's side in the last couple of the years, and certainly one of the more monumental. As Swiatek looked completely out of it, Danielle Collins crosses the net, shakes the umpire's hand, then shakes Swiatek's. What a match point to do it too. Swiatek with an amazing comeback, and she just looked like, that's whatever. You guys, like, it was like she just looked so stone cold out there. She looked so stone cold, even when she was down 1-4, down a double break. Even when it was 4-2 for Collins, with 3 break points to go serve for the match, a double break up. Swiatek was like, yeah, whatever. Whatever, I'll figure it out. Swiatek with a revenge win over Danielle Collins, and I would doubt that Danielle Collins might ever beat Swiatek again. After this kind of performance will stick out in Collins' head. Collins is heartbroken. Collins is 30 years old, and she's going to walk off court heartbroken. She always plays amazing in Australia. Big shout out to Colin. She played a hell of a match. She fought so well. She was down a set. This is going to be a big confidence booster for Iga Swiatek. She'll want to upper level a little bit probably. Actually plays players like Ostapenko, Rybakina, but this is great practice for the Rybakina, for both Rybakina and Ostapenko. What an absolute epic of a match. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. Alcaraz is up next against Sonego. I hope that it's not as tense as this. Carlos, do something for me. Don't go 5 sets with Sonego because I don't know if I'll be able to handle it. But hey, what's up, Lexi? Came right at the end there. What an epic contest that was. One of the matches of the tournament for sure. Anthony possibly listens to Pearl Jam. Yeah, for sure. Anthony will also be doing the Carlos match. Yes, I'll also be doing the Carlos match. What is going on? Yeah, Iga was down a double break 4-1, and she finds a way through. Arguably, almost more. She looked out of the match when she was down to triple break point. She was 2-4 down. So glad Iga won. Yeah, no 63 today. Should hate Iga. I appreciate it anyway, Manor, with the thought. Thank you. And what a match! What an epic match! All right, I'm out of here. That was absolutely blockbuster. I enjoyed every minute of it, despite me almost with it being so tense, and me almost dying inside. But me dying inside watching that. 6-4, 3-6, 6-4. Danielle Collins proves to be an absolute amazing player at the Australian Open. 2 semifinals, a final. She lost in 3 sets to Rybakina last year. She loses in 3 sets to Swiatek. Swiatek with an amazing comeback. That'll prove a big comeback for Swiatek, especially if she has a deep run at this tournament. I said it earlier in the stream. Absolute epic. I will link the Alcaraz stream in the chat. Make sure to join in for Alcaraz Sonego, and I'll see you guys in the next one.